boma yangu. Jana wali save 367,910.
Yes. Jana peke yake.
Jana peke yake.
Yes.
Average saving ni about 43,500 a day.
Yes.
Wana save. Katika hao hii mwezi peke yake wa June tuko na 10,538 already wameregister. Hao wamesave since June yanze 17,443,626 shillings. Na the number of people total registered at boma yangu ni 367,373. Hao wote kwa jumla
wale active savers.
Active savers ni 33,000.
33,000. Very good.
Lakini 367 wameregister, lakini kwa sababu hawakuwa wakiona activities, hawaoni nyumba zikikuja, hawajakuwa. Kwa hivyo kuanzia leo we expect kutakuwa na watu wengi, first of all wataregister, na also tuna expect hii saving itaenda juu. Mpaka saa hizi, Your Excellency, we have 1.8 billion watu wamesave 1.8 billion 1 billion 845 million 121,588.
Okay, so message kutoka kwetu kwa Wakenya ni kwamba kama serikali tumesema tunataka kujenga nyumba 1,200 kila mwaka. Hizi nyumba 1,200 kila mwaka zitajengwa sehemu zote za Kenya.
Sehemu zote za Kenya.
Kufikia sasa tuko na constituencies 178 ambayo tayari tuko na mipango katika viwango mbalimbali.
Kabisa.
Shamba imepatikana kwa constituencies 100.
No, tuko na shamba katika constituencies zote.
Constituencies zote
tuko na mashamba.
Kumepatikana mahali ya kujenga hizi manyumba.
Lakini lazima, kwa sababu kujenga lazima uanze assessment.
Yes.
Kwa sababu pia lazima tuangalie
ni mahali gani
iko karibu na infrastructure, ili tusikue na gharama kubwa ya
infrastructure.
Kuna lami,
inaweza maji itafika pale namna gani, stima itafika pale namna gani.
Kabisa. Lakini zile ambazo zimepita hiyo line ni 178.
So tayari constituencies 178 wamekuwa assessed.
Yes.
Na wamepita mtihani kwamba tunaweza kuanza kujenga nyumba. Kabisa. Sasa ile kazi inaendelea ni kuchora, kupanga, alafu tutaweka kandarasi, alafu ndio
tutaanza ujenzi.
Umesema kwa hizi constituencies 29.
Yes.
Tayari umefanya kandarasi?
Kandarasi tumefanya, evaluation inamalizika hii wiki, alafu award, alafu tutafanya groundbreaking.
So, naweza kuambia Wakenya.
Yes.
Katika mpango yetu ya nyumba 1,200 kila mwaka. Tayari kuna Wakenya 33,000 ambao wanafanya saving.
Yes.
Wakielekeza kununua nyumba. Bado iko nafasi ya karibu Wakenya 1,160 na kitu hapo, 67.
Yes.
Ambao wako na nafasi ya kuanza ili nyumba ambazo tunajenga 1,200 kila mwaka.
Yes.
Kuna nafasi ya Wakenya kununua.
Kabisa.
Na hizi nyumba zitakuwa bei na gharama ya chini kuliko zile ziko katika soko wakati huu.
Kabisa.
Na vile vile tunawaambia Wakenya sio lazima ujulikane na mtu yeyote kuwa katika hii mpango ya kununua nyumba ambazo ni za bei ya chini kupitia kwa mpango wa serikali.
Kabisa.
Kila Mkenya ukitaka kuwa katika hii mpango, kama unahitaji nyumba, enda kwa simu yako *832# utakuwa kwa hii mtandao.
Utakuwa kwenye mtandao.
Alafu utasema unataka nyumba, utaonyeshwa mahali kuna mpango ya kujenga nyumba.
Yes.
Ni nyumba kiasi gani, ni 1 bedroom, ni 2 bedroom, ni 3 bedroom, ni studio, social house, ni namna hii, alafu utajipanga kuanzia hapo.
Kweli. Lakini
ya muhimu, anza saving. Na unaweza kuanza na pesa kidogo, shilingi 200. Unaweza kuweka pale. Ndio Mkenya ataniuliza, na nikiwa na 100 ungoje ujaze ikuwe 200. alafu weke save.
Kweli.
Lakini ukiwa na 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 endelea.
Kweli.
Na kuchangia. Si namna hiyo?
Namna hiyo.
Tuko pamoja hapo?
Tuko pamoja.
So na hiyo mpango sasa imeanza kwa kasi.
Inaanza kwa kasi sasa.
Sasa kwa sababu Wakenya na bunge wamekubalia serikali katika ile 1.5%.
Yes.
Ambayo Wakenya watalipia na watalipiwa na wale wamewaajiri 1.5%. Itasaidia idara yako kwa njia gani katika hii mpango ya housing?
Itatusaidia kwa njia hii, Your Excellency. Sasa tuna wale investors. Tuko na over 200 investors ambao tume on board throughout the period. Wengi wao kama uliona, tulikuwa na nyumba tulikuwa tumeweka especially western side ya Kenya. Tulipeleka kandarasi, tulipata tu wachukuzi 2 peke yake, kwa sababu wakiangalia pale wanasema hawaoni kama kuna manufaa huko ama kuna watu wanataka kununua nyumba. So lakini tukiweka Nairobi na Kiambu na hapa karibu, tulikuwa na investors zaidi ya 100. Sasa tunataka kuambia investor hivi, wewe uje na pesa yako, tutakupatia shamba mahali ujenge. Ukimaliza kujenga hizo nyumba kulingana na ile makubaliano yetu, utupatie ufunguo, sisi tukulipe. Kwa maana sasa Wakenya wanaanza kujumuisha pesa kila mwezi, na tutakupatia ile kitu inaitwa off-take guarantee. Kwa hivyo kule Nyamira ama kama ni Kihancha, you don't need to worry kama ni nani ananunua nyumba huko. Wewe unaona serikali na serikali inakuonyesha iko na pesa, unalipa, sisi tunabaki Wakenya wenyewe wakijiallocate bila wewe investor kushindwa kama wata afford ama hawata afford. Alafu ya pili, Your Excellency, hiyo pesa itatusaidia namna gani? Itatusaidia kupunguza ile riba, interest rate. Interest rate sasa hizi uliona juzi Central Bank wameongeza ile interest rate. Ni kumaanisha kama uko na mortgage huko nje labda karibu ifike 20%. Sasa hivi kwa huu mpango wa serikali, kama uko social housing tunakupatia 3% na tunakupatia miaka 30 kulipa na ni fixed. Kwa hivyo hata interest rate ikienda juu yako haiongezeki. Wale wenye wako affordable housing watapata 5%, again fixed mpaka miaka 30. Hivyo tutaweza kufanya mtu ambaye ako wa chini kabisa anaweza pata nyumba a studio at 2,500 ya social housing. Anaweza kupata 1 bedroom ya social housing at 4,500. Atapata 2 bedroom 6,500. Kwa affordable housing itakuwa ni 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 kwa 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom respectively. Kwa hivyo hiyo kujumuisha ya pesa ndio imeweza kutuwezesha kufinance wa Kenya na pia kuondoa ile risk investor anasema hataki kujenga mahali hapa. Hivyo hiyo ndio hiyo levy inatusaidia.
Okay. Vile nimekusikia Bwana PS.
Yes.
Umesema hivi. Umesema hii hazina ya housing.
Yes.
Ambaye sasa Wakenya wanachangia.
Correct.
Itatusaidia mahali 4. Ya kwanza itawezesha sisi kujenga nyumba mahali ambapo kawaida wale wanajenga manyumba hawangeona ya kwamba kuna maana.
Kweli.
So tunaweza kujenga nyumba kila sehemu ya Kenya.
Kabisa.
Hata mahali ambapo private investors hawangejenga.
Hawataki kwenda.
Number 1. Number 2, itatusaidia kuhakikisha kwamba wale wa Kenya wa chini ambao wanahitaji social housing.
Correct.
Wale ambao wanahitaji affordable housing.
Correct.
Badala ya kulipa sasa interest ya 15, 18, 20%,
correct,
yule Mkenya wa social housing atalipa 3%.
3%.
Wale ambao ni wa affordable housing
5%.
5%.
Yeah.
So itatusaidia kupunguza ile riba ama
correct,
interest.
Yes.
Ili manyumba iwe affordable. Vile vile katika hiyo mpango yako ya kuambia invest, wewe jenga nyumba.
Correct.
Ukimaliza sisi tutakulipa, wewe uende, tutajipanga na Wakenya.
Yes.
Vile hizi nyumba wataweza kuzinunua.
Correct.
Pia itatusaidia kupiga bei na huyo investor mwenye atajenga.
Kweli.
Hatajenga kwa ile bei anataka.
Hapana.
Atajenga kwa ile bei tumekubaliana
naye.
Kwa sababu tumtampatia mahali pa kujenga for free.
Yes.
alafu pia tutampatia ile offtake.
Yes.
Hata asema wacha niongeze kiasi fulani kwa sababu sijui market itakaa namna gani.
Kweli.
Market tunakubaliana na yeye mbele.
Yeah.
Tumekubaliana. So itatusaidia katika hiyo mpango yote. Hebu nieleze. Ardhi nyingi, sehemu nyingi za Kenya, unaona hapa Kiambu, mahali ambapo kulikuwa na kahawa, mahali ambapo kulikuwa na chai, watu wanabadilisha, wanaanza kujenga nyumba. Unakuta watu Kitengela, unakuta watu Isinya, ndio wale wamefika karibu Kajiado, wanatafuta mahali ya kujenga nyumba 50 by 100.
Correct.
Itatusaidia vipi hii mpango kuzuia shamba ambayo tungetumia kuzalisha chakula isitumike katika hii mpango ya kuweka manyumba kila mahali?
Itatusaidia sana your excellency, kwa sababu sasa hizi 524 parcels ambazo tumejumuisha Kenya mzima, ni kumaanisha tunaweza, kama hapa Park Road tulikuwa na ekali 7, mbeleni kulikuwa na watu 39 houses zilikuwa pale hivi 39. Wakati tumejenga 1370. Kwa hivyo ukichukua hiyo example, tuende mahali kama Nyeri ambapo wanakuza chakula huko, tupate ekali 7, tujenge kama hizo, watu wataacha kukatakata mashamba, wanakuja kwenye ile settlement pale, wanakaa
hali kuna stima, kuna maji,
kuna sewage, kuna maji, kuna internet,
na pengine hospitali itakuwa hapo, shule itakuwa hapo.
Kwa mpango wetu your excellency, tunasema shule na hospitali zitakuwa within 5 minutes walking distance, ili we create livable hizo human settlements. So kwa hivyo hakuna haja sasa wewe kama ni mzazi kukatakata shamba ili ukatakatie watoto wako. Wasaidie kununua nyumba hapa, wanaamka asubuhi wanaenda shamba wanalima, waache kukatakata shamba. Hiyo ndio itatusaidia sana. Na pia tutakuwa mpaka na vitu kama cemetery ambapo mahali mnazika watu, tuache kuzika watu kwenye mashamba pia.
So tutahakikisha kwamba tunabadilisha mahali ya kulima, tunalima chakula, ndio tuanze kupunguza gharama ya chakula kwa kuhakikisha kwamba hatutumii shamba ya kuzalisha chakula kujenga manyumba.
Kweli.
Tumekubaliana hapo?
Tumekubaliana hapo.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want us to say?
Ile ya mwisho ni umuhimu wa housing na the value chain. Hapa waziri wangu amekueleza hicho kiti, na najua your excellency unaweza sema hicho kiti ni very comfortable.
Iko mbele sana hii kiti.
Ni very very comfortable.
Yes.
Kila kitu unaona hapa. Mpaka ile ya kuhang jacket iko pale nyuma umeficha kidogo. Tutakuingiza mpaka bedroom hapa hivi. Zote zimetengenezwa na watu wa jua kali. Tuko na chairman wa jamaa wa Ngong Road hapa hivi. Ndio wametengeneza kila kitu. Wamezitengeneza like in the last 48 hours. Kwa sababu zingine tumeorder hivi karibuni. Ni kumaanisha kwamba your excellency, katika hizi kandarasi ambazo tutakuwa nazo, kuna vitu ambazo tutaondoa, tuseme lazima tujenge hapa Kenya. Kwa hivi sasa tumejumuisha 69 items ambazo tumesema hata tukipoa for free kutoka nje, tutasema wacha tujitengenezee hapa because there is another bigger agenda. Na ni hii watu ya jua kali na kazi. Kwa hivyo, na hiyo ndio muhimu sana kwa sababu ajira kwa Kenya tumekuwa na shida kubwa sana. Sasa hii ni mpango mmoja ambavyo tunaweza kupatiana kazi.
Huyu mtu wa jua kali, bwana mkubwa, unaitwa Mohia. Bwana Mohia, katika hii mpango ya housing, wewe kama mtu wa jua kali, nyinyi ndio mnatengeneza madirisha, nyinyi ndio mnatengeneza milango, nyinyi ndio mnachoma ile mali yote ambayo inatumika pale, mnatengeneza hinges, mnatengeneza products zote ambazo zinatumika katika ujenzi. Hii program ya housing itasaidia vipi watu wa jua kali?
Kwanza ni kukushukuru sana Mheshimiwa Rais kwa vile tulianza ile pilot project na tukaona umuhimu ya hiyo project. Ati tunaweza fanya kazi kubwa, sio lazima wale makandarasi wakubwa wafanye hizo kazi. Kitu ya kwanza tulifunzwa kufanya hizo kazi na hali nyingine ya ujuu sana. So across the board watu wote wanaweza kuwa wameingia kutoka kwa level nyingine mzuri sana. ambapo kila mtu anaweza
unazungumzia quality of the product.
Quality of the product.
Una make sure that iko quality nzuri.
Measurement, unajua sisi venye tunafanyanga kazi.
Ilikuwa kienyeji kidogo.
Kienyeji kidogo.
Sasa mmeweka laini.
Ile group tuko naye na nataka kusaidia kwa hii group nyingine tunataka kufanya. Kila mtu wa jua kali awe yako sawa sawa. Ile mashida tulipata pale tusiwe na ingine hapo. Ndio tuweze kuwezesha watu wetu wafanye kazi vizuri. Na hii nini? So, hii kitu kingine naweza kukushukuru sana ni maneno ya furniture. Ngong Road unatujua, wewe najua ni mmoja wetu kabisa. Correct. Umetusupport kabisa. Hata umechukua mafundi wangu ukapeleka Eldoret siku nyingine vizuri sana. But tunataka exposure. Ukipata tu exposure watu wanaweza hata tengenezea kitu nyumba ya nyumba na mtu analete kwa display pahali. Kama correct. Hapa tukipatiwa subsidized prices tunatengeneza 1 quarter hapa. Yes. Tunaleta vitu kama venye umeziona. I hope hakuna mtu hajafurahia vitu ziko hapa.
No, hii kitu iko mbele.
Yeah, sasa tukipata ni exposure lakini imekaa kama wiki kama 3 hii kama haijanunuliwa. Lakini ikikuja hapo watu 100 wanaiuliza.
Yes.
So tungetaka
tayari watu 4 wameulizia kununua hii.
Nimekaa naye mwezi karibu 2 huko workshop. Sasa unaona tukipatiwa exposure tuwe na kitu kidogo tu kama exhibition quarterly.
Yes.
Ama any county, every county.
Very good.
Watu wote wakitengeneza wazida kongamana pahali moja zinauzwa.
Nitaambia waziri wa trade apange hiyo mambo ya ndio Wakenya wajue ile products tuko nazo, products jua kali inatengeneza ndio wawache kwenda kununua hizi vitu kutoka sijui dunia gani.
China tunataka tulete tu mashini na Wachina wawili wa kutufunza. Wakishamaliza wanapanda ndege tu sisi tunabaki tukiwatengenezea furniture. Sio kuleta vitu kama hizi huko. Sasa tunataka tuwe upscaled.
Yes.
Na in the next few years kila mtu anakuwa
very good.
Hapo sawa kabisa.
Ningetaka kuna mzee amekaa karibu na wewe. Alikuwa wacha akwambie tu kwa dakika tu moja.
Okay.
Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa majina yangu ni Joseph Ngige Kairu ambaye naishi pande ya Ruiru siku hizi. Na hizo
unaishi wapi?
Pande ya Ruiru. Ruiru Kiambu County. Sub County, Ruiru Sub County, Kiambu County. Na nimewahi kuwa bereni hapo mtumishi wa serikali, civil servant. Nimefanya kazi hapa Kahawa kama civil servant miaka 31. Niliingia 1964 nikatoka 1995. Kwa hivyo nikaenda ndio nilijenga kanyumba kidogo hapo Ruiru, ndio nikaleta familia yangu hapo. Kwa hivyo ndio nakaa hapo Ruiru sasa. Hiyo miaka niko naye niliangalia hii mradi nikaona hapana, kwa maana mimi sijaajiriwa na hakuna mtu anaweza kulipa kibarua uzuri niingie kwa hii mradi. Niliingia hii mradi mwaka wa 2019 ndio nilianza kusave kidogo. Sasa angalau niko na pesa kiasi. Kwa hivyo mimi ningeuliza kila mmoja yenu, wazee kwa vijana wajiunge na hii mradi kwa maana iko na faida. Utapata rumu yako moja ama 2 ama 3 kulingana na mapato yako. Kwa nini usitoe?
So naona hapa mzee umesave kuanzia tarehe 8 Januari. Ulianza zamani kidogo?
1991.
Alianza huku chini. 2019. Naona ulisave 2019 umesave 1000, 2000, 200, 10,000 pale November. Hii 10,000 ulikuwa umeuza kitu?
Kidogo.
Naona umesave hapo. Ndio hiyo 20,000, 1,000, 20,000. Sasa hii umefikisha?
Ndio hii
550.
Ndio ningeuliza hata vijana
kwa hii kwa boma yangu hii.
Vijana mjiunge na hii mradi.
Sasa unataka hawa wengine wote wajiunge?
Wajiunge. kwa kupenda kwenu.
So nia yako kwa hii mpango unategea nyumba gani?
Mimi nategea rumu moja tu.
Wapi ume-identify mahali
Starehe.
Pale Starehe. Unangojea hiyo ya Starehe. Tayari ume-identify ni gani? Which room uko na bedroom ngapi? Unataka one bed?
Room moja tu.
Ile one bedroom. Unataka kutumia kwa njia gani?
Nataka kukaa ndio iwe makumbusho yangu.
Yes.
Kwa vile nimekaa kahawa hapa na ni Nairobi.
Sasa
miaka 31. Nataka kuonyesha watoto yangu ile jasho nilikuwa nafanya hapa kahawa ndio hii. Miaka 31.
Asante sana. Shukrani.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huyu mzee amefanya bidii kabisa. Na alikuwa civil servant. Hata mimi nilikuwa civil servant, nilikuwa na save kidogo, amesave over 500. Mimi nitamuongeza 300 tuongeze kwa ile yake.
Sasa tumpigie kura Rigiji jameni. Sukuma hii mzee. Si ndio? Hii ni sawa. Unataka niongeze kitu hata mimi? Amesema atakuongezea 300. 1300. Sawa. Shukrani sana. Na waziri amesema atakuongezea 100. Amesema umefanya bidii sana. Hiyo ni mzuri sana. Sawa. Lazima sasa afuatilie. PS atafuatilia. Yeah. Na hata mimi wacha nitaongeza basi ya mama. Ya huyu mama Nyaboke. Nikuongezee 500 ndio ifike. Ndio sasa tuendelee namna hiyo. So asante sana. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, we are now moving to the financial services. We have Equity Bank here.
James, how are you? Very well. Very well. Your Excellency, this is a very visionary step of integrating private sector and government and offering the entire infrastructure or backbone for the convenience of citizens. So we've been able to load the 5,000 government services to all our infrastructure. So whether it is Equitel, which talks of my money, my phone, my life. So my life is completed by the 5,000 services, whether it's marriage, business registration. Then we have put it in the Equity Super App so that for the young generation, they don't need the SDK, they're on the mobile. Then we have used USSD so that all the phones in the country can interface with our system. And then for the business SMEs, we have integrated it with our internet solution for business, the payment platform. So there's no business, whether it's micro, small, it has a payment capability. And then for rural areas where they may not be very integrated, then the agents. Okay. So the agents, 40,000 agents have access now to that capability. They can receive all the 5,000 payments. And then the 200 equity branches are also connected. So today we have an agent here, and we can see, and we have a branch here, and how we have simplified it. Okay. So the most important thing is the 222. So it's as easy as that. But from research, we believe if we digitize 10% of the economy, we'll be able to achieve a 1% growth of GDP. So, and that is the secret. And that is the power of integration of private sector. Your Excellency. Thank you. Your Excellency.
So, what you are saying, James, is that you have how many agents across Kenya?
40,000.
40,000 agents. So I can tell the people of Kenya that you can now access government services, the 5,000 government services. If you go to any agent of Equity, they will also have an app for the 5,000 government services. Is that correct?
That's true, Your Excellency.
So
And
they don't have to travel to looking for a government office.
They don't need to look for a government office. We have integrated business and government.
So they can come if they want to know what their electricity bill is, what their status of land is. They can come to the Equity agent. And operate the facility there, and they can have access to government service.
That's true, Your Excellency. But more important, they can also go to their app. They can do this, all these, including our diaspora.
Okay.
They can use the app to pay for their families back at home, government services. People paying late, those who have plots, they can pay for the plots from the US or any other country using the infrastructure of the bank.
You're also saying I don't have to go to the Ministry of Lands office.
Absolutely, Your Excellency.
I can either operate it on my phone, or I can, if I don't have a smartphone,
You go to the agent.
I go to the agent, and we have the Equity agents, 40,000. I am told we have 250,000 Safaricom agents also who work with you.
And Excellency, we are also integrating pay with equity merchants, all the shops, which are 900,000. That is phase 2 of integration. Okay. So that we will have more than 1 million points through which
so government services will be available everywhere?
Everywhere, including at the village level. The village shop, Your Excellency.
And you don't have to look for the DC's office, or I don't know whose office. The DC's office has come to the phone.
Gava, Mashinani. Na Mkononi, Your Excellency.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so.
I'll be paying for my good conduct.
Yes, certificate of good conduct.
Yes. I will go to government and tax payments. I'll select e-citizen, and then I will input the reference number that I have generated from the portal. I have it here. I have it here with me, KMWD. Then it will validate. Let me try again. Yes, it will validated. Then I have to input the amount that I'm meant to pay for good conduct. That is 1050. Just add, I just add 1005. That is okay. Then I proceed with payment. I input my agent PIN. I proceed with the transaction. It will ask me whether I'll be paying for this amount. I agree. And then it will print a receipt. And then once it prints the receipt, I will go to the portal, complete the transaction. Then I can print the receipt from the portal. I go take my fingerprints at the DCI's office. And then I'll wait for my good.
3/4 of the transaction.
Exactly.
No risk of carrying money.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay more than what?
No. No
Yes.
charge.
There is no
for free.
facilitation fee.
Okay, asante sana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Karibu Your Excellency to Cooperative Bank.
Welcome to Cooperative Bank, Your Excellency. You can have a seat here, then I take you shortly on the things we are doing. Thank you, Your Excellency. So Cooperative Bank has been at the forefront of government integrations. Right now, Your Excellency, KRA, NSF, NHIF, you're able to pay through our MCOP Cash Point, which is a mobile platform. We've also been able, Your Excellency, to be able to pay the elderly through the Inua Jamii. Yesterday and today, we are paying all of them, and we are giving them those services across the 17,000 COP kwa Jirani agents. They don't need to walk to the branch. Those who have cards can also access that. We've also been able to support government on food security through the Kicc, Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program, where we have 100,000 farmers who are able to get e-vouchers to get inputs, fertilizer, and other services and that's what we are doing to entrench government. Now, Your Excellency, the only remaining leg that is remaining is for us to integrate on the e-citizen. And Treasury is supporting that so that we get onto that. Our new core banking system, which is a 7 billion system, is live now, last 2 weeks. So we'll be able to support government to take services closer to the people. Thank you.
So, you are aware, so you are aware, Mr. Marango,
Yes.
that we now have 5,084 government services available on the e-citizen platform. And we are seeking a collaboration with you so that you have how many agents across the country?
Your Excellency, we have 22,000.
22,000 agents.
Yes.
You think it will be possible for the 22,000 agents to have our government services on their portal and citizens can be able to access them?
Immediately we integrate with the e-citizen, that would be very possible. They will be able to access that.
Yes.
Even right now,
Yes.
they are accessing other services without even the full integration.
Okay,
Yes.
so how long do you think that integration will take?
We, in 2 weeks' time,
2 weeks.
Treasury just need to give us a letter to proceed.
Where is the treasury people? Where, Waziri? Will you make sure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? You will communicate? Yes, so
Yes.
that we can have these services online and citizens don't have to look for government service everywhere.
Yes.
They either can access government service on the phone, and by the way,
Yes.
we are well on course with our telcos
Yes, sir.
in making sure that we will have by August, we will have a smartphone
Yes, sir.
affordably
Yes.
working between the government of Kenya and our telcos
Yes.
of $40, which is like 5,000. 5,400.
Yes.
You can now have a smartphone where all government services, including what you people are
Yes.
looking for, will be available.
Yes.
Is that okay?
And Your Excellency, on revenue collection, Governor Sakaja is here. For Nairobi County, we are collecting his revenues and also for KRA and 27 other counties. Okay. Yes.
Very good. They are supporting you. Congratulations. It is our intention that, for a very long time, accessing government services has been a very painful exercise. People go to a government office, sometimes it is closed, the fellow who is supposed to them is sick or has gone kujivinjari mahali fulani, they can only find a coat, hanged in some desk, and it is sometimes a very painful exercise. So we are trying to make government efficient.
Yes, sir.
We are trying to make government effective
Yes.
by making sure that you don't have to queue, you don't have to travel, you don't have to pay pass fare. You can access government from the comfort of your village, either on your phone or on all the other agents, whether it is Equity, whether it is Coop Bank,
Yes,
like
sir.
you, all the other banks. And of course, we are collaborating with Safaricom to make sure that their infrastructure also is made available to citizens as a place where they can access government service.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
You are ready to work with us on
We
that?
are ready to
Madam
work
Marango?
with you.
Yes.
Ready from day one.
Ready from day one.
Yes.
And it's not going to cost any extra penny.
No penny to the government and to the client.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Karibu sana to KCB Bank.
So maybe I'll just take you a moment and explain about the eCitizen Bank. We've been together with the eCitizen program since 2014 when they had only 5 services on it. Now there are over 5,000 services and we are very proud supporters. If I can just show you here what the POS looks like, that is at all our agents. Both in country, you can see there are eCitizen services on our apps, on our USSD *522#, 844#, all of them are carrying eCitizen services. Yes, and the intention is that even the ones who are, we have about 6,000 e-agents around the world, all of them are carrying the e-citizen services as well. And our intention is to ensure that Gava Mkononi is published on our channels as well and availed across the government.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you very much, Madam. And I want to say thank you very much to KCB for being a partner with the government of Kenya on the delivery of the e-citizen platform. The e-citizen platform, as you are aware, we undertook that we were going to run a digital government.
Yes.
And my undertaking was that we are going to get at least 5,000 government services by 30th June,
Yes.
which is today.
Yes.
And I am happy that we have managed to cross the line. You know, we are at 5,084. 5,084. Our intention, you know, when we came into office, we estimated that government services were around 7,000. But I think after now starting the digitization process, there are actually much more. I think we are discovering government services every day that need to be digitized. And therefore, it might go actually to between 9,000, maybe 10,000. Is that okay? Is that correct, Waziri? So although we have crossed the 9,000 mark, our intention is that by the end of this year, all government services, if they are 10,000 or whatever number they are, they must be on e-citizen platform. They must be available digitally.
Yes.
And part of what we are doing to make sure that as government government services go to the digital platform, citizens must also have access to the internet. Because if they are available online and citizens cannot go online, then it becomes difficult. And that is why we are rolling out the 100,000 kilometers of new fiber optic backbone. We're also doing 1,450 hubs in every ward. We are doing 25,000 hotspots across Kenya so that citizens can have access to the whole of that ecosystem. Now, let me ask you, the e-citizen platform with 5,000 now and 84 services, there is a dedicated government pay channel.
Yes.
222 222. Is that correct?
Yes.
222 222. Yes. And the expectation of the government of Kenya is that all government revenue must now go through 222 222 so that Treasury can have sight of every government service that is paid for. And I'm going to be making an announcement here that in the next 90 days, all other pay bills must be shut down. Because we have a problem of some of the pay bills that even we cannot account for. We have close to 1,000 plus pay bills all over the place by all manner of people, some of which we don't even have sight of.
Yes.
They must now be closed down, and all government money will be paid through 222 222 that goes to the Treasury. And then the Treasury will make sure that that whole ecosystem, if there is money going to A&A, they should go back to the respective ministries, departments, and agencies.
Yes.
What is KCB as the bank that is working with us?
Yes.
What steps have you taken to make sure that that whole ecosystem around 222 222 is safe and works for the people of Kenya? And what is the connection between you and Treasury in that system?
Okay, so we are the settlement bank for e-citizens. So all the payments will end up in the government accounts that are held in KCB Bank. Our intention is to ensure, because the convenience for all Kenyans is to have the option that regardless of where your source of funds is, whether you're carrying cash, you want to do it on mobile, you want to do it from card, you want to do it from out of the country, all of it must terminate through one channel and into one account. And that is what will ensure then that there is confidence that revenue assurance is being tracked. So our intention as the organization that is tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that the government funds are followed to every cent, that this is channeled through one path. And regardless of the source of funds though, then the Kenyan can be able to, regardless of whether you're carrying cash, you can go to any agent, regardless of the bank, regardless of the location or where you are, but all of it at the end of the day will channel through one path.
So maybe another thing that I would want to mention now that we are discussing this whole ecosystem, apart from making sure that there are no multiplicity of pay bills,
Yes.
you know, by government agencies, number one. Number two, all payments. No citizen should be told, go and pay for this service using this pay bill. No.
No.
All Kenyans must know, if I have to pay for a government service, it has to be 222,
Yes.
number one. Number two, even if I have to pay cash, yeah, somebody should not tell a Kenyan, go and deposit this cash in bank account X. No. No bank account X anymore.
Yes.
If it has to be in cash, go get the cash, get it into pay bill.
Yes. Go to the agent, put it in that pay bill.
Yes, put it in that pay bill, and,
Yes, and
so
the
that
payment completes.
we are all clear. There is no government revenue being put in accounts which nobody knows where it is going.
Yes.
For citizen to know that I am paying for a government service,
Yes. Yes.
it must end up in 222.
Yes.
Are we-
All of it will be channeled through that one channel.
Very good. And the holder of that account is Treasury.
Yes.
The holder of that
The
account.
owner of the account is
the owner of the account is Treasury. So the money will go to Treasury,
Yes,
or it will go to KCB.
Treasury. It will go to Treasury.
Yes.
It must go
The-
to Central Bank.
Yeah, the
to
account-
channel it,
yes.
because the connectivity must be in place.
Yes.
That is what your bank is good for.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Your Excellency. You are now entering the Ministry of Health. Hello.
How are you? Fine, thank you, sir. Welcome to the ministry. Yes. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. This is the Ministry of Health, together with my PSS and my technical teams here. Your Excellency, one of your agenda is digitization. So what we have done at the ministry, we have developed our digitization vision board. This is how it looks like, Your Excellency, that you have already given us an enabling environment based on your pronouncements. And based on this, we are working together with the Ministry of ICT that has provided for us the national ICT infrastructure to ensure that there's connectivity through the local area network, wide area network, and fiber. We are working together very well, and they are assisting us even in development of our other areas. Your Excellency, at the middle here, this is the National Core Digital Health Services. And in this National Core Digital Health Services, Your Excellency, what you see in green, Kenya Community Health Unit Registry, Kenya National Health Terminology, Kenya Health Facility Registry, we have already achieved. That is why they're in green. To mean that we know all the facilities that are within this country under the Kenya Health Facility Registry. We also know the Kenya Community Health Unit Registry. Remember, we have our community health promoters that link up to the community health unit. We already know what it is. And we have the terminology area. Your Excellency, we are working together with the Ministry of Interior so that we have the unique identifier. Once we have it, then we go ahead and continue development of the Kenya Client Registry. That the unique identifier from Ministry of Interior is the same one that a Kenyan will use to access services all throughout. Your Excellency, last week we launched with you the Human Resource Advisory Council. We want to have a registry of all health workers, that we know who they are, we know their cadres, we know how many years of services they have already done, when they will be retiring, and we can as well know how we transfer them from one facility to the other based on need. Your Excellency, all this done, we have a national shared health records. This national shared health records, Your Excellency, means if a Kenyan is accessing health services from whatever point, they don't need to move around with any kind of documentation. Remember, there are places that you go and you spend time kwa sababu wanafungua file. So we shall no longer have kufungua file. You have your unique identifier that you walk through, and the records here are shared. Should one be transferred from one level of service to the other, they will find their records there. Your Excellency, on this other side, we have what we call the support services, where we have the electronic claims management system. The issues that we are having at NHIF, Your Excellency, those are going to be a thing of the past. Because as you move through the services, there is an invoice that is being generated automatically. Your Excellency, it is based on the costed items that we did. We have an itemized invoice. So the people here, their work is just to do claims management. Then we have telemedicine, Your Excellency, and we also have the National Logistics Supply Chain Management Service. This is where our KEMSA for health products will plug in. All the brokers in between, we are working towards removing them, Your Excellency. On this side is what we call point of care. And Your Excellency, you'll be pleased to know that one of our national referral hospitals, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, you can book for an appointment online from your phone. You go through, you find they are prepared for you. Every point of care that you go through, your name and your details are already there. That is what we call point of care that will take care of inpatient and outpatient. Your Excellency, we have ICHIS. This is our app for the community health promoters. We have already trained them. They'll be collecting data. All this data then filters through to the national shared health records. We have a digital kiosk, Your Excellency. This digital kiosk is meant to create employment for the many qualified health workers who do not have a place to practice, that through their gadgets, then they can link up and even provide services to patients. And lastly, we have other point of care. Your Excellency, all this that you see here is the Kenya Health Interoperability Services. To mean all facilities, including Nairobi County, they have some form of digitization. But now we are providing this platform so that they are able to link through. Our aspiration, Your Excellency, is that all Kenyans will own their records. Besides owning, they will control who accesses and how they access at each point of care. Let's go to the next one. Your Excellency, this is a patient journey. Should one get unwell, this is where they start from the community level through our community health promoters, through this application, EKIS. And all this is logged onto eCitizen, Your Excellency. They come to the facility level where they are provided for services. Depending on the level, it could be level 2, level 3, up to level 6, where there is referral. Your Excellency, the previous I showed you, this is now electronic claims, where our reformed NHIF is going to be, and the other social health insurance scheme. Your Excellency, then we have the back to the community for those who need rehabilitation services. They'll be sent back to the community, and we have our shared health records. Your Excellency, we have moved further at the ministry. We have a total of 28 active agencies. Of the 28 active agencies, 12 have already onboarded on eCitizen. We have mapped out all the services that we need to onboard on eCitizen. Almost 590 are mapped, but 414 are already linked on eCitizen. Let me allow my PS to demonstrate the other two active ones.
Thank you, Excellency. Just to demonstrate to you, we have a few of those services that have been onboarded. One is through Damu Kenya. We call it Damu KE. The Damu KE is an end-to-end management information system that automates workflows of the management of blood and blood products from vein to vein national, meaning from the donor to the recipient. The system facilitates track and traces the, assuring the transparency, accountability of the donated blood, because we want to make sure that that blood that has been donated is accounted and can be traced back to who donated this blood. So this system, Your Excellency, it's all in the, here is where you do the registration. So the citizen comes and his or her data will be captured. And once that is captured, then the end here is the donation certificate. But in between here is what takes place, screening of the blood and all those things. All that now is online. So that's the certificate, Your Excellency. And then this is the pharmacovigilance electronic reporting system, where we give the patients to report cases of where there is adverse reaction or where they suspect that some of these medication that was given are not correct. So we have also put this in the eCitizen, where they register, and this will be how they will be worked on. And then finally, there is a certificate, there is a registration form that they will get, they will fill. So this is the form they fill when they have suspected adverse drug reaction, where they report that they have these cases. Thank you. We have Jali. This is a very interactive system, Your Excellency, and this one now calls upon that if you have your mobile, we can start. As a citizen, my colleague will show you how the citizens will access it, but the most important thing is the WhatsApp number, 0700719719. Yes, that's how it works, Your Excellency.
Once you scan, then you're taken to WhatsApp and you're able to ask any question that you would want the chat box to.
Okay.
You start with hello. So you start communicating.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Excellency.
Gives you the menu.
Want to know about your lifestyle and wellness, you type 1. But in this, what we are going through right now is to increase accessibility. And therefore, I'll ask my PS to type 10, this locator. It locates to you the facility that is closest to you.
No, locator.
A link that you can click on. It tells you what facilities are next to you, that then you can go to access services.
So those are the services, and they tell you how far it is. I can see on the side.
They give you the distance.
Okay. So, Waziri and your team, what is very important to the ordinary person, pale nyumbani, ni kujua our community health promoters, yeah? What kind of service are they going to offer? And the data they collect from citizens, how have you made it possible for that data to be aggregated so that we can know what is the prevailing, disease burden situation in every part of Kenya?
Thank you, Your Excellency. The community health promoters have a gadget. On that gadget, we have an app.
The gadget will be supplied by the government of Kenya.
By the government of Kenya, Your Excellency. They over 100,000 community health promoter. Each will have a gadget. That gadget has an application, the Kicc. Besides that, Your Excellency, each community health promoter has a kit. Inside that kit, they have basic first aid. They equally have those things that they can use to check the temperatures, to check the blood pressure of each member of the individual household. They will collect that data through the Kicc application. Let's go to Kicc. And on the Kicc application, Your Excellency, are you able to open it live, the Kicc? That after they collect that data on Kicc, we able to have access because it then reports to the National Health Record Services through the core that I explained previously. And from the national level, Your Excellency, we are able even to tell how many times a community health promoter has visited a household. If they have not visited, we are able to tell from the Kicc from the national level. Then together with the counties, we are able to redirect them and tell them that this community health promoter hasn't visited. You see, like here, Your Excellency, it is showing that they visited a household that has mother and newborn, and they are in 2 days' time, they should be visited. This one here was not visited. Jane Kamau, these are household. They ought to have gone, but they did not go. They were due yesterday. So this application, Your Excellency, it is able to assist us to monitor the performance of community health promoters.
Very good.
And based on the data that they are collecting here, you can see, we can generate reports now.
Very good.
And based on these reports, then we can even tell what is the prevalence of disease in certain parts of the country. We use it for the national decision making in terms of where should we focus on specialists, where should we focus on the health products to procure.
Okay. Waziri, one more question.
Yes, sir.
You know the big problem we've always had with health commodities and KEMSA.
Yes.
How is this process of digitization, which we discussed, How will this process of digitization assist us to get rid of the challenges we have at KEMSA?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now, on this core, Your Excellency, we have point of care. Point of care, they are recording what is happening at each level. For example, if a pharmaceutical drug is being dispensed, paracetamol at each level, it is visible here on the digital system. When it is being dispensed here, the person at the end, HPT supplier, that is KEMSA, they are able to see that this drug is going down. So then it assists them in their operations to ensure that then they reorder and restock on that. On the other end of KEMSA, Your Excellency, are the manufacturers and vendors, that they are able then to monitor stocks within here. So what this system is doing, Your Excellency, it is removing the brokers that were in between. In terms of, what they were doing is just to increase the cost of product. So now with this system, it cuts out, because KEMSA has visibility of usage of the products on this end, and on this side, they have control because they have communication with the suppliers and the manufacturers of the items, Your Excellency. Similarly, Your Excellency, this system, it eliminates all the issues that we have had regarding claims at NHIF, because we have an electronic claims management system here. When this patient is going through all the services, information is being collected. So now you cannot introduce a fake patient in between, neither can you introduce a fake service in between, because we have an itemized invoice being managed with an electronic claims management system.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Welcome to the Minister of ICT.
Welcome, Your Excellency. This is the Ministry of ICT. Here we want to espouse how we are leveraging on ICT to deliver the entire government development agenda, Your Excellency. You are aware that in your government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the digital superhighway is a standalone thematic area because it is an enabler to all facets of what we want to do and also a critical success factor moving forward. So we will illustrate how far we have gone in the delivery of digital infrastructure, where we have the establishment and operationalization of the 25,000 free Wi-Fi hotspots, the 1,450 village digital hubs, the rollout of the 100,000 kilometers of fiber, the setting up of the data centers, and then how, through the Office of the Data Commissioner, we are coming up with an elaborate risk mitigation framework that ensures both data privacy and data security. On the flip side of it, Your Excellency, with that infrastructure in place, we are also going to illustrate how we are leveraging on ICT to move away from the traditional way of doing business to e-commerce. We will also illustrate how we are facilitating optimal exploitation of the potential of the creative industry through our studio Mashinani, which is domiciled within the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. We will also illustrate, Your Excellency, how through ICT we are facilitating virtual registration of journalists through the Media Council of Kenya. So we'll start with PS Professor Kisangani to illustrate what we have here with respect to e-commerce.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Our journey has been a long one from this booth. I'm sure you used it one time. As you are calling, people are still queuing to pick it, but you can see we have moved even in terms of the post offices. We are no longer using, some services are not going through this because they are digital. You can deliver letters through the courier services. But as you can see from this illustration, post office has already done 772 services, passports delivered through this procedure. And we can still do other things in agriculture, and so long as you just make your order, you can make your order and pay, and the poster can deliver even to the last mile. So that's where we are, and we are no longer storing money in boxes and strong rooms. Now we can use the digital transformation to do that. So I think you could say, CS has mentioned something about registration of journalists, Your Excellency. And this is where the Media Council is. They have been registering journalists. All you need is to make an application using your phone, and then you will have to be approved and then registered. So anytime they come to functions like this one of yours, they will be just checked, and then that verification can be done, Your Excellency. And I think this is a pet project to you. You have been talking about talent building. Studio Mashinani is here. They are just demonstrating the training that we undertake at Studio Mashinani as they develop talent in music and acting, and KBC is on it, and it has been doing a very good job. So here is where we shall have the creative economy developed from our KBC studios, and then we make money out of that. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Then, Your Excellency, let's come to the digital infrastructure here. PS Tanui will take us through the digital infrastructure and other facets of our digital transformation agenda.
Welcome, Your Excellency. Supporting all the other sectors is one of our role to ensure we deliver for support health, agriculture, and all the others, and to support a real transformational agenda. This, we are building the infrastructure across the country, the 100,000 kilometers. We have identified all the points that we are going to deploy. And we are going to work with private sector and also public sector institutions. And the main 5 points, Your Excellency, on the digital superhighway are this: rollout of 25,000, 1,450, automation of government services, implementation of the physical addressing system to support e-commerce, and digital skills that will focus on jobs and entrepreneurship. Your Excellency, to ensure we connect effectively, we are going to also explore new solutions like this satellite solution. One of the satellite solutions that can be used where there is no fiber will connect. And Your Excellency, the digital superhighway goes to the device, and this is one of the devices that we are working with the private sector. Michael is from Safaricom. These are the devices. First week of August, yes, around there.
I want you to speak to that. I had a candid discussion with Safaricom, all the other telcos. You people told me 28th of July, you will have the first rollout of the $40 smartphone. Can you speak to that?
Your Excellency, thank you for your patience and your memory. So these are the sample devices that we are working through. That is the 6.5 inch, and that is the 5 inch. So this is the entry phone, entry smartphone, and this is the 6.5 smartphone. These are actually the test devices that we're working through testing, and we submitted for formal approval from a testing perspective. From a timeline perspective, we are working through. Oh, sorry. We are working through the process of the factory setup. The first part of the assembly equipment is now in country and being cleared. We are looking at the next couple of weeks, so we are fairly confident in saying that in August we will have the
August. Are you telling me to tell Kenyans that in August they can buy one of these phones from your enterprises?
Your Excellency, in August we expect that the factory will be producing phones that will be ready to go to market.
In August?
In August.
In August?
In August.
This year?
August 2023.
Okay.
Thank you.
You said it.
Your Excellency, to grow the digital economy and attract investment, we have the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner. She can speak about some of the things she's doing.
Thank you, Excellency, and welcome to our stand. Our role as the Office of the Data Commissioner is to spouse the digital economy. And you know, in the era of digital economy, there's a lot of information exchanging, and that is personal data. So we are responsible for making sure that is safe towards digital economy. To Your Excellency, because of the data protection regime, we are able to get more investors into the country so that they're able to invest in this economy. Thirdly, Your Excellency, as an office, all our services are online. We have registration. Your Excellency, you launched the portal. As we speak, we have a portal here to show we have over 3,000 who have registered since January this year. Also, we have complaints. Anyone who is, just to give Kenyans confidence, if there is a breach in as far as their data is concerned, they can file a complaint with us, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And here we have one of our entities concerned ICT Authority and helping us to implement most of our programs. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Welcome to the ICT Authority. We provide technology to power government digitization. And for us, the aim is to improve the quality of life, accelerate economic growth, raise productivity and national competitiveness. Your Excellency, we have walked a long journey in the area of automation, as you've seen from the old technology. But really what we are looking at is establishing and coming up with an intelligent government where all entities speak to each other and it is citizen-centric. We are guided by one point of reference. We have put together all our plans to support all the sectors in one plan, which we are calling the ICT Master Plan. And this plan is also providing investors with opportunities where they can be able to plug in the sector. We do have, under the plan, 4 key pillars, Your Excellency. Our PS has spoken to the digital infrastructure, the work we are doing on the rollout of fiber and Wi-Fi. But today, tied to our launch today, is the area of the digital services, Your Excellency. Digital services is anchored on a number of pillars. And what we see as the e-citizen system is the one-stop shop for government. But below it, we have established and we are in the process of establishing a number of pillars. One of it is the digital identity. Then we are also supporting all the government agencies in automation of their records and digitization of those records. And then also providing the government systems which will then help operationalize the digitization. Your Excellency, just to take you back quickly, the other 2 pillars, one is on digital innovation and enterprise. For this, we have done e-commerce portal, which as we deploy the public Wi-Fi, the people in the markets can go in as a marketplace, and we are going to show you just quickly how that works. We realize that as we deploy this technology and we onboard services and we avail services online, we need to empower our people for them to be able to utilize these services and also skill the public sector for them to deploy and serve our citizens. So, Your Excellency, we will just later on show you.
So my question to you is exactly on that lady there. Can you go back there where you are? Have you just come from? No. Yeah, here. You remember this, so what, because you've talked about digital skills, right? And e-commerce and digital jobs, yeah? Digital opportunities. So what is the plan on digital skills? Because we have the program that we are working with Tibets. We have asked our members of parliament to work with you at the ICT to establish digital hubs.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Or ICT hubs.
Yes.
1,450, one in every ward.
Yes, Your
And I am happy that members of parliament have agreed, and they are already working on the legislation to enable CDF to be deployed in that. And then number 3, we also need to bring, working with the counties, and I'm happy Governor Sakaja was here, working with the counties to bring the vocational training centers. There are about 4,000 of them. The vocational training centers in every part of Kenya should be brought into these metrics of them being centers where we can deploy the education on e-learning, e-commerce, and e-skills.
Yes.
Have you thought about that beyond what we are doing? Waziri?
Thank you, Your Excellency. We have already have consultative sessions with the Council of Governors, and the county governments have committed to make the vocational training centers available for this purpose. we have agreed on very, very clear roles and responsibilities. As government, we are going to provide the internet, we are going to provide the personnel. But the county governments, first of all, they will ensure that as we roll out the fiber, they will not be charging anything for the way lifts. That will be free to enhance the connectivity. They'll also then subsequently ensure that the polytechnics are available for us to deploy the devices, and they are going a step further to facilitate defrayal of the cost of electricity in all those institutions, so for purposes of sustainability.
And have you also considered, just in case the counties don't have the money, for example, to put up an extra ICT facility to be used in the TVET, in the vocational training center?
Yes.
Have you considered how we can work with members of parliament?
Yes.
Because members of parliament have proposed that they can use the CDF facility to build either a lab or an extra classroom for this purpose. I would suggest that you explore the possibilities of, just in case, because many of these facilities may not have the requisite infrastructure for you to deploy the internet and the e-learning facility.
Again, Your Excellency, that's work in progress. In fact, it is at the very tail end. We have had consultations with the members of parliament through our ICT committee of the National Assembly and the ICT committee of the Senate. They have committed to provide facilities in each and every ward where we can do the deployment of the village digital laboratories. They have gone a step further, Your Excellency, to facilitate amendments to the relevant acts that would enable them to meet some of the costs of the challenges we have been facing, such as electricity, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Welcome to the home of Hustlers.
Your Excellency, pardon. Welcome to the Ministry of Cooperative and MSME, Your Excellency. If you don't mind, you can take a 2-minute sit, or you can stand. Your Excellency, yeah. You can choose. You can choose. Prime, the Deputy President. Your Excellency, you gave a promise to Kenyans that government of Kenya will be able to budget and allocate 50 billion shillings per year. Your Excellency, this is about financial inclusion, financial literacy, digital literacy across the country. Today, that time, Your Excellency, we were talking about simulation. Today, we are talking of a story. We have traveled the journey. Today is exactly 7 days. This is the youngest fund in Kenya, but the largest at the same time. So, Your Excellency, I'll take you about 2 minutes to just show you and demonstrate the journey we've traveled since November 30th last year. Your Excellency, to access this fund, you go to a USSD code, *254, and then that takes you to the page of the Hustler Fund. Your Excellency, this is the journey we've traveled. The first product is personal loan product. You can see from here, in November, that one day, we recorded 410,000 subscribers. In December, we recorded 16.1 million subscribers. Over time, this month of June, 210,000 were subscribers. In total, Your Excellency, we have been able to register borrowers. 17.2 of those 20.56 are borrowing currently under personal loan. Now, these are the features and the statistics that we are generating from that data. Gender distribution. The men are 53%, women 47%. And I think that's about training. We need to do training because I believe women are could be the biggest beneficiaries. Look at the phone type. The feature phone is 55%, meaning truly the borrowers are hustlers, and the smartphone is 45%. Now look at also the distribution in terms of counties. The lowest county is 51,000 subscribers. And the highest, which is Nairobi, is 2 million subscribers, which is almost related to the population distribution across the country. Also, it tells you the fund is equitable. It spreads across the country. Next page, please. Now, the personal loan product, this is the repayment. The county of Nyeri are good people, generally. in terms of payment and honoring debts. And you can see from this number, 76% are paying, Kiambu and all the way. That is how the payment and the demographics were generating. Now, you go to the next one, the group loan product. Your Excellency, on the 1st of June, during Madaraka Day in Embu, you launched the second product. The number of groups we have been able to register so far, as of today, this morning, is 273,746. The ones that are active and ready to borrow are 26,220, meaning 9.6 of the groups that have been formed. The average, the number of members is approximately 1 million who have borrowed. Now, the ones who have been approved is 6.7, the one undergoing approval is 333. The average ticket, the average loan which has been disbursed is 77 million, and the number of loans that have been issued is 11,000, and the groups that have borrowed are 11,431. Now, the other information we are getting, the average ticket now to the groups is 6,739, and the highest ticket, the highest group that has borrowed is 54,000. Our journey is to move from, our highest ticket will be 200,000 when the groups attain the limit. The loan repayment, we have also recorded. Now, when it comes to group, you see the disparity widens. There are more men who are borrowing under groups, 58%, women are 42%. Basically, we think it's about training, sensitization, and capacity building. Now, look at the average age of borrowers. Over 18 to 29, the character and the age of the group is 43%. Basically saying these are youth. And then you go to below 50%.
You're saying 70% of the borrowers are below the age of 39?
39, yes, sir.
That is 70%?
70%.
When you go to the average ticket size,
yes,
our plan was they should borrow between 20,000 and 200,000.
200,000, excellent.
So the highest at the moment
is 54,000.
Is 54. That's the highest ticket?
So far.
So far.
So far. But they are on a journey. As they borrow and repay, we keep changing the limit and raising up. And I believe and again, it depends on the group. If the group has it's made of, you borrowed and paid on time, then your credit score is very high. So the average of the members gives you the limit for that group. So let's go to the next page, please. So registration and formalization, you see we have this e-certificate as part of onboarding. And there is a graduation we are building and partnership we are forming. If you allow me, let me allow the PS to just take us through the formalization and partnership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. This has proven to be the most productive digital financing product across the globe. So here, the story we are telling here is that all the Hustler Fund beneficiaries with positive credit score can now be graduated from the personal loan to the second loan which you are having right now, product which is Chama, and the next the SME loan and also the startup loan. But again, there is an opportunity now to graduate them based on their positive to the Youth Enterprise Fund loan, to Wezo Fund, and also for those ones who are interested in borrowing loans to invest in the manufacturing sector to the level of 20 million shillings, they can also access through KIE without necessarily providing collaterals, because now we are building a culture of credit score. Let's move on. And again, through this product, we've been having conversation with a development partner. The financing gap in Kenya, as far as MSME is concerned, is 20 billion USD. And now they are willing to take on board all the Hustler Fund beneficiaries, the 20+ million Kenyans who have subscribed through that and have registered credit score. We scaled them up so that they can move from micro, small, medium, and eventually to large enterprises. So far we have commitments, we have commitment from the World Bank. We are working on the 3 programs with them, which will benefit the Hustler Fund beneficiaries who have positive credit score. We have KFW, who have put in 3 billion Kenyan shillings to support entrepreneurship development, again, of the Hustler Fund beneficiaries. We have ADB, JICA, EU, and many other partners coming on board. And also, we've had expression from the commercial banks, including KCB. In fact, KCB were asking us, when can we start lending to these 7 million regular borrowers of the Hustler Fund? And we are working out there. We are nurturing a culture of credit score. As you know, we didn't have that culture. Already, the 7 million Kenyans who had been listed in the credit bureau have now successfully been rehabilitated, and now they can be integrated back to the economy. We're also working with the private sector to create a reliable credit score based on alternative data driven by opportunities. For example, those who are investing in our priority value chains, dairy, leather, building and construction, can now have a metric that can support them to access higher. And Your Excellency, here we are promoting a saving and investment culture. I didn't see you with your phone because you were first Hustler Fund beneficiary. You would have checked your saving balance. But I know Mheshimiwa Lelengemit can be able to check. She has been a very good borrower. As I take His Excellency through this slide, start checking your saving balance for us. And here so far, through the mandatory savings, we've been able to mobilize about 1.6 billion in just 8 months. And also, we can talk of a voluntary saving, which we just launched 3 months ago, that is now has risen to 60 million. Through this culture of saving and investment, we are asking our hustlers can now invest in housing, can invest in health insurance, in education, and any other program that can benefit them in future. We are now, Your Excellency, through this particular progress, we are now transiting our society from social protection to social security. Market linkages, again, Your Excellency, we want to create a virtual market to enhance access to market both local and globally for over 20 million MSMEs that we have in Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Maybe the last one is the power of partnership, public-private partnership. Without the private sector, Safaricom, Airtel, Telcom, KCB, Family Bank, we would not be where we are. So we are showcasing the power of public-private partnership. And that platform we are creating will create e-commerce. 20 million people can create a powerful e-commerce. The aggregation centers we are building in our counties will be a very good area where we can also showcase the Hustler Fund. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Waziri. I think the success of the Hustler Fund that is built on a digital platform speaks to the whole of government approach to digitizing government services. 20 million Kenyans, 17 million borrowers, 7.1 million regular borrowers on the Hustler Fund have been able to transact with government, with the Hustler Fund, without knowing anybody. They didn't have to go to no office, they didn't have to speak to nobody, they didn't have to pay no one. Each and every member of our society has been able to access, and the numbers are here. They speak for themselves. County by county, we have 2 million people in Nairobi County. We have 1.1 million people in Kiambu, 848 million in Nakuru, all the way Kwale, Homa Bay, Migori, 322. Taita Taveta, or that's what? Trans Nzoia, 327. You know, Embu, 278,000. All these Kenyans have been able to access this financial government service without having to talk to anybody. It is the same reason why today we are launching another 5,000 government services that will travel the same journey as the Hustler Fund. You don't have to know anybody. You don't have to go to no office. You can actually interact with government, access government service, pay for government service, without having to go to no office or to see anybody or to bribe anybody or to influence anybody. That is the kind of government we are building. On a digital platform, using technology, we can make government efficient, we can get government effective, and we can make government accountable. We don't have to lose any money because of pilferage or because of interaction or people, Kenyans having to bribe anybody to have access to any government service. I know members of parliament like Mr. Lelmengit here, they were waiting for government to give them the Hustler Fund money so that they can go and set up an office and distribute the money to their supporters. I'm sorry, Mr. Lelmengit and your group, that it was not possible. The digital platform assisted us, and we made things easier for you. You don't have to struggle identifying people. You don't have to be blamed for giving this guy and not giving the other guy. Technology has made a lot of things easy for us. Did you have something to say, Mheshimiwa?
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm also a beneficiary of the Hustler Fund. From the first day, I borrowed 5,000 when you launched, 500 shillings when you launched. And now I can comfortably borrow 3,500. My savings is around 3,200. And we have voluntary savings and we have mandatory savings. Okay. So it depends. When it's, you borrow, for example, you borrow 3,000 shillings, mandatory savings is 150 shillings. Okay. But you can also add on the voluntary savings.
Very good.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Karibu to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Labor. Karibu, sir.
Karibu sana, Your Excellency. Here it's a partnership between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora and the Ministry of Labor. It's about Kazi Maju. We're also cutting the middleman. So what we've come up with a platform whereby Kenyans can go online and look for job opportunities all over the world. So we'll be posting a lot of opportunities from different countries. You go in there, you find a section where you can put in your details. It connects you to agents who are recruiting people from different parts of the world or even from this country. You are able to also be able to get a skill assessment done so you can look at the different opportunities, and we connect you directly to the employer. It goes all the way until you leave the country with even a stamp that allows you to leave the country, that immigration has cleared you, that you are going to a job that is known. It will also be able to track the remittances and how your life is continuing overseas. So itakuwa ni kama kazi chap chap. Hakuna mambo ya kungojea kutafutiwa kazi na mtu. You log in, you get your job, and we'll be feeding the jobs here and cutting out scrupulous agents. So if an agent is not listed in this system, you don't trust them. Kenya government itself, the Ministry of Diaspora, will also become agents. We are forming teams that will be going out in the different parts of the world looking for jobs and uploading them so that Kenyans can also apply for those jobs that have been sought out by the Kenyan government. I'm going to give the Minister of Labor to say a few words, and we've got a champion, Judy Chipchichiru, who has been able to send over 7,000 people overseas, and we've got a young man called Zablon who today wants to apply and look for a job immediately and get posted so that he can leave the country in a month and go look for opportunities overseas. Your Excellency, Kazi Maju. So Kenyans need to be ready to apply.
Two questions, Waziri.
Yes, sir.
I asked you and your colleague in Ministry of Labor to work on bilateral labor agreements so that we can have a framework where Kenyans access the jobs in a manner that nobody takes advantage of them. We negotiate ahead of time. We know how they are going to stay. How far are we on the matter of bilateral labor agreements? Question number one, because that's the correct framework for us to do it. Number two, you know the intention of this government is to make sure that we take our remittances from 400 billion to 1 trillion. Or more. Beyond. 1 trillion is our mark. How many jobs is the target for the next 5 years? How many Kenyans do we want to export as labor to other countries? What is the target?
Thank you, Your Excellency. The first one about bilateral labor, and I'll let my colleague also answer some of the questions. I don't want to hog the microphone. As the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we make sure that first we have bilateral agreements, frameworks with different countries. For example, in Australia, they are looking for people as low, not as low, but people who don't even need to have a lot of skills. You can go there with a bit of skill as a barrister, you can go there as a little skill as a sweeper and all that. And they're importing them from Europe. Kenyans can't go there because we don't have a bilateral framework, so we can't even sign a bilateral labor agreement. So we are trying to get bilateral frameworks with as many countries as possible. The Ministry of Labor then comes in and initiates bilateral labor agreements, and she'll be able to tell you how far we are. We have signed quite a bit, and we're working on the others. I will let Judy also answer the question on the issue of the numbers, because we've been dealing with that, so that at least somebody gets a chance to say something also.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is an integrated system. We call it Diaspora Labor Integrated System. On this system, we have everyone here. We have the job seeker, we have the recruitment agencies, and as a ministry, we do the bilateral labor agreements. We've already done with the Gulf regions. We already had for domestic workers, but now we want to review to have the other skills brought on board so that we are able to export everyone, not just the domestic workers. So we've done with the Gulf region. We are about to do with Germany. We are about to do with Canada, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, do you have time? How much time do we give you for the other? Because already we had conversation with the German government,
Yes.
and they asked us that they want 250,000 workers.
Yes.
We have close to 100,000 workers going every year to Canada from all over the world.
True.
A part of that should come from Kenya.
Mhm.
We have the same thing in South Korea. You remember we were in South Korea.
Yes.
We have the same thing in the US. We have the same thing in Australia. We have the whole of the Gulf region. So, and I want you to speak to the fact that the only reason why we have all these problems with the domestic workers is because that was the only labor agreement we had.
True.
We have more people in Kenya with better skills, with more skills than domestic workers.
True, Your Excellency.
But we didn't provide for a
The
framework.
other skills.
The other skills.
Yes.
What are you doing to make sure that the other skills are included in that exercise?
PS has been working on the bilateral labor agreements with the other technical teams from the other countries. Let him
Please,
speak about
PS.
it.
That is correct. Thank you very much, sir. In the recent past, we have moved towards professional and skilled cadres. We have sent out 10 BLS, bilateral labor agreements to different countries, including Poland, Australia. Next week, we have a meeting with Germany. We already sent them a proposal in the form of a BLA. There is a meeting between Waziri and Canada next week, the Canadian High Commissioner on the Canadian jobs. So we are making progress on that front. We need, on average, 3 to 6 months to negotiate and to conclude all these BLS that are already in those countries. Sir.
Okay. Jobs, how many, what is the target? How many jobs are we targeting?
At the moment, we can, per month, we'll be doing about 25,000. But if we ensure that the BLS in those countries go through, then we'll be able to get about 800,000.
Can I take it from you, Waziri, the two ministers and your teams, that by the end of this year, we must conclude the bilateral labor frameworks and the bilateral labor agreements so that we can open the opportunity for the millions of young people in Kenya today who have different skills, out of college, out of school, out of university, to access digital jobs that are available globally. Can I get an undertaking from you?
Yes, I give you an undertaking that by December this year, it's going to be a different playing field. And it's not just about, we have to provide opportunities for people to find the jobs. We're also doing a bit of training because they are competing with other nations, Philippines and others, for people to be able to qualify for the jobs and able to compete with others and get the employment. But also with the bilateral agreements is also to get good packages. For example, you find in some countries, if your passport is from a European country, you get, let's say, for example, 100,000 shillings. But if your passport is Kenyan, even though you're doing more work than the person, same qualifications, you're getting 30,000 shillings. So we are trying also to get an equity for our people, so their rights are also not abused in that way. But I give you an undertaking, Your Excellency, that by the end of this year, we'll be looking at those numbers of an average of about 85,000 people a month going overseas.
Can we listen to somebody from the private sector?
Thank you, Your Excellency. For us to be able to grow our remittance to 1 trillion, we need to look for job opportunities out of the country. And we do have a plan that we've laid down on the strategies on these jobs, how the projections has to come out so that we achieve. And we gave you a proposal that for the ceiling 2023-2024, we are looking forward to create 1 million jobs so that for us to be able to grow our remittance. And we have the framework that we've started as agents, and we are working with the ministry so that we achieve that. Thank you.
What do you need to do? You are among the agents who are scouting for these jobs, right?
Yes.
Now, what has been the problem in the past between the agents, the government of Kenya, the jobs, and the other countries? And how have we addressed it over the last couple of months?
Thank you, Your Excellency. The problem that we had before is because the government was working in silos, where they were working and having information on their own, and the agents were on their own. But now, the recent few days that we've come together, we are working as a team, whereby the ministries sent us the information to where we are able to move. And we are on this other end telling the government where we need to look for jobs. Yep.
So there is now a collaboration. Under the framework we said, what was that framework we called it? Foreign employment?
Labor Export Acceleration Team.
Labor Export Acceleration Team.
Yes, thank you.
Make sure that we bring together the agents and the opportunities they have access to, and make sure that government facilitates the skills, to identify where the skills are, connect them with the jobs, and be able to export labor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Karibu to Visa, Your Excellency. This is Visa, Your Excellency. This beautiful lady is going to take you through.
Your Excellency, welcome to the Visa stand. My name is Eva, and I look after the Visa business in Kenya. First, congratulations on enabling over 5,000 services on eCitizen. We didn't think it was going to happen, but we're here today, so congratulations for that. But over and above that, we are a partner of eCitizen. We are powering the eCitizen platform through our secure payment gateway, CyberSource, that makes it possible for cardholders, whether locally or internationally, to pay for government services online. But as we are part of this transition journey, we are working with the Directorate of eCitizen to enable technology, to provide financial resources that will help create awareness, that will help create thought leadership, that will help advance the platform so that there is more access, and it's an engaging platform for the government to engage with the citizens. But the other thing, and I want to just take a minute of your time to talk about, is what Visa has done. As Gava goes Mkononi, Visa has also gone Mkononi. So we are now making it possible for hustlers to accept digital payments on their mobile phone. And that's what I want to take a minute to show you how we're doing it. Because if they can't collect, if they can pay if they can sell digitally, then they can pay for government services.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. My name is Paul, and I'm happy to take you through how a small trader or an hustler or any other businessman is able to receive payment digitally, and at the same time also be able to pay out the payment digitally. So initially, we used to have a challenge whereby I needed to have a separate device for me to accept Visa transactions. But right now, what we've done, and it's been a journey, is all what you need is your phone. So as long as I have a smartphone, I can have the payment capability in my phone. Now with that, it will enable my customers, whether I'm a Boda, Mama Boga, or I'm selling a shop like this one, and people are buying sodas and bread, they'll be able to pay digitally on my phone. And then when I receive the payment, I'll be able also to make my payment, either to my suppliers and other payments. So for example, thank you so much, Your Excellency. For example, if I'm in this shop here and you're buying bread and let's say some soda and some water, then I'll just go to my phone. It is just a normal phone. I'm using actually my own phone, and I'll be able to do a Visa transaction. Assuming the items you've picked are for 450, then I'll be able to charge my card, and I'll be able to receive the money. So I'll receive the money from my card, and then the money will go to my bank account. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Welcome to Safaricom. The CEO of Safaricom is going to take you through, Your Excellency.
Yes, welcome. Very good.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. So you welcome, Your Excellency, Honorable Cabinet Minister. So you welcome to Safaricom. Yeah. So you're in the home of technology. First, I want to congratulate you for the big progress in terms of digitization and going over the milestone of 5,000 transactions, or rather services to the citizens. I still remember in November on 30th when you were sitting asking me a question just before the launch of Hustler Fund, and you asked me the question, Peter, how do you feel? I told you, I hope the system will work. So I hope that I can demonstrate we have the capacity, but also it's secure, that it will work. So we are ready to be the platform that fuels and supports the whole digitization. We say it's about driving digital transformation through connectivity, because people have to be connected to the internet, through fintech, which is about payments and also credit, and also IoT and ICT, which is about solutions that allow digitization to work. So I'll start with the fintech side, which is the M-Pesa side. So of course, Safaricom enables real-time payments for government, and that creates transparency, but also from the person who is paying, it is lower cost, they do not have to travel, and we fuel secure transactions on a daily basis. And you've heard from all the rest of the presenters that they rely on M-Pesa in terms of payment. And the fundamental basis of M-Pesa is actually payments. Then we go to credit, which is where Hustler Fund, Women Enterprise Fund, you know, we are already in phase 2, and CS has spoken through the progress that we are making. We are pleased with what we are able to do, and we are looking forward to phase 3 and 4, Your Excellency. The third one is vouchering. We are powering the fertilizer project, which through the Ministry of Agriculture. So both the actual platform, but also the user journey, including the stock management, that is being powered by Safaricom, but also the actual payment. So it's not just the payment, but it's also the platform that allows farmers to claim the subsidy. And remember that this started with how we were using vouchers for refugees. Now we can use them for claiming fertilizer subsidy. We can go to inputs, and we already have 3.2 million bags of fertilizer, which has already been redeemed, worth 11 billion Kenya shillings by registered farmers. We have 489,000 farmers who have already claimed the subsidies. We are also working with other agencies of government, like HELP, the Higher Education Loan Board. So students can actually pay and manage their loans through this, including we are giving them a credit score so that they understand which students are doing the right thing. And the money is actually, we ensure that the money is used for what it is supposed to be used for. So if money is used for, it's supposed to be used for tuition, it goes to tuition. If the rest of the money is open, then the platform actually manages that. The second thing that we wanted to talk to you, Your Excellency, is connectivity. And our commitment is to ensure that everyone has access to the internet, whether it's through mobile and also through the fiber network. I know you have a big plan for the fiberization of the country. We already have 450,000 homes passed through our fiber network, but also the USF to ensure those areas that are not commercially viable, they are managed through that fund. Now, of course, once you have connectivity, you need devices. And I know this is one thing that we have spoken for a while, and I know you've been updated by the ICT CS. Yes, we will have local production, and I know that you have already been updated, so I won't go through that. But I'll also say we also have funding in terms of pay as you go. We call it lipa mdogo mdogo, where a customer pays 500 shillings deposit and then 20 shillings off their M-Pesa every day, and they get a phone at the end of the period. And we don't charge a big interest. Our objective is to ensure that the customer has a phone, because if they do have a phone, then also our services are secured through that phone.
So on that particular issue, Peter, first, let me say the following, that I very sincerely appreciate the partnership of Safaricom in all the areas you have mentioned. We did together, we did the Hustler Fund, and together with the other telcos, you led the way, and we appreciate that system. When I asked you that time, my worry was with a kind of avalanche, the system could have gone either way. But I'm happy that Safaricom has stabilized that system and it's working. On the e-voucher for our farmers, it is something that we have been discussing as government for years. I am very happy that this year, working with you and the other players, we delivered fertilizer to farmers on an e-platform. And all the other achievements we have made together. Two issues, Peter, and I want to, this is a discussion I have had with your Boniface, this man who has been to my office so many times and has been very useful. The smartphone. My good people there from ICT told me that August we will have the $40 smartphone. Is it 4G or 5G enabled?
It is it's 4G, smartphone, because that's the entry point for proper internet access.
Correct. So it will be, can I confirm again to you for the second time that in August we will have a rollout of those smartphones?
That is correct, Your Excellency.
I can hold you to account on that?
Yes, that is correct.
And on top of that, yes, you're making things even better. You're telling me that 5,400 Kenyans don't have to pay for it at once. Can they, yes, can they buy that phone lipa mdogo mdogo style?
They can.
So
they can have the option, yes, of buying through lipa mdogo mdogo. They can buy it cash if they want,
yes,
but they can also have the option of going through the credit.
So this smartphone that will allow many Kenyans to access all these services can be available. They pay down 500 shillings, pay 20 shillings every day, and own the phone finally.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I think that is something we should congratulate you for. Proceed.
Oh, I proceed. Thank you, Your Excellency. And also, we also appreciate your support in helping us work with the various ministries, and we continue to partner with everyone, both at a national level, but also at a county level. I know Governor Sakaja is here. We are also working together to ensure that both the counties are actually enabled in the same way that the national government is enabled. So thank you.
Finally, Peter, you have 250,000 network around the country of, is it agents?
We actually have 295,000 M-Pesa agents.
M-Pesa agents across Kenya.
That is correct.
These 295,000 M-Pesa agents, can they also have the government app, these 5,000 government services? Can they be available at each of your agents' spots?
Yeah, in fact, that was the next point I was going to say, that we are happy to support the ministry and also your government in opening up the network, the agent network, to be able to serve Kenyans by having the ability for a person to go and visit, the agent. Work with the ministry to work through the process of doing that. So whether it is 295,000 or it's a smaller number, we can work through that so that we make sure that those agents are also trained to make sure they can deliver the services. But there are points of sale that can allow citizens who go there every day anyway for M-Pesa services to access government services. The second aspect is on our M-Pesa Super App. Now on the smartphone, we have 8 million customers who have already downloaded the M-Pesa Super App. So they don't have to use USSD. They can actually go to the M-Pesa Super App and access the e-Citizen. So we'll put the e-Citizen as a mini app on the M-Pesa Super App. You can see the Hustler Fund mini app is already there. Now we'll be able to put the e-Citizen as a mini app on the M-Pesa Super App. Just to give you an indication, about 7% of the revenue that M-Pesa comes from the app itself. It shows you just how important it is to actually give people smartphones, because they do more with their lives. And you can see they have many other services that they can access, including credit and other lifestyle services. And then the final thing that I want to speak to is on hosting. We host the e-Citizen platform in a secure cloud network that is owned by Safaricom, and that is very important. That's why M-Pesa is very stable and reliable. So we host the e-Citizens in a way that is secure. So as we digitize the ecosystem, it's important to emphasize security. And we have one of the best cyber security defense center at Safaricom. We have had a lot of banks and everyone stealing our people, because we do have very, very good skills on the cyber side. We also are now looking at IoT, which is Internet of Things, working with, say, utility companies or transport companies. This is how you connect devices so, for example, on non-revenue water, we are working with EDOAS, for example, as a test and as a pilot to make sure that they can get a solution that allows them to reduce the non-revenue water. We can work with the Port Authority and others in terms of, and even the KRA in tracking transport.
Good. Thank you very much, Peter. I think that's quite a good story. And I agree with you that cybersecurity is going to be the next big thing. As we transit government services onto the digital platform, we must be careful that it is secure. We appreciate what Safaricom is doing, but I've already instructed Waziri here to work with his team to make sure that we have a backup of all the services of government at the DOD, and we have another backup at a secure place, which I have told you where. You're going to have several backup facilities, and that because of the sensitivity of this platform, now that the whole of government is moving into that platform, security becomes front and center. And I have told Waziri here to consult with his colleague Owalo so that we can consolidate the whole of the e-Citizen platform at the Ministry of Interior, so that we are also seized of the security requirements that are necessary to secure the delivery of government service on a platform that cannot be accessed by people who don't have to.
That's great, Your Excellency, and we'll continue to work with the team. The final one is the communication itself. So we've worked with PHB Talk and the rest of the team in terms coming up with the comms, and you've talked about the channels that we can enable, including the communication. We are experts in driving brand. You know what we did with Hustler Fund. We can also support on this, and very, very happy to be involved.
Thank you,
sana, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We now welcome you to the world of digital content creators. Your Excellency, these are among the 1,000 jobs that are being created by digitizing. Your Excellency, karibu sana. This here is Phil. He's a top film content creator, and he has an online radio show that is live already, Your Excellency. Ukiingia hapo sasa utakuwa live kwa studio akuuliza maswali mbili.
We are the people making a living out of the internet connectivity and digital content creation. And on this channel, we just have conversations with men and women who've achieved success so that we understand the path that they took. Tunataka kujua, how does one man out of 50 million Kenyans become the president of the Republic of Kenya? What constitutes, what's the DNA of such a man? Is it their upbringing? What virtues? What culture did you have? We want to know, how did you get here? How did you achieve success?
First, let me tell you, I'm just an ordinary Kenyan, like all other Kenyans. You don't have to be special, you don't have to be super, you don't have to be genius, you just need to be a simple Kenyan to be able to get where others get. And let me also tell you that we're all equal, both before God and before our Constitution. And you don't have to be special to achieve, or you don't have to be extraordinary to achieve extraordinary things. You can be ordinary, but still achieve extraordinary stuff. And being a leader is just like being an artist. I would also ask you, how did you, out of 50 million Kenyans, be the special guy that you are in your field?
God manzi.
So it's just all of us are special in our own way. All of us have talent gifted differently. Not everybody can be president. Not everybody can be an artist, a good artist like yourself. It is just the paths people choose. But that does not make you extraordinary or special. It's just that you have an opportunity. God brings opportunities across. Hard work, determination, focus, drive, passion, takes you there. But you have to be available to do what you must do. Let me say this, that those of us who have the privilege to serve in certain categories, it is not because we are special. No, it is because we have opportunity. Very many Kenyans can do the job I do. Very many Kenyans can do the job you do, right? I consider myself privileged that out of 50 million Kenyans, I am today president. It's not because I am special in any way. God has given me an opportunity, and that is why I don't take it for granted, and that is why I work very hard, because I need to make a difference. That's why, for example, we are here today launching this program. A lady just across in Visa reminded me that when I told them as Visa that time, because they are supporting us on e-citizen, when I told her that we were going to have 5,000 government services in 6 months, she just said she didn't believe it, right? But today, she is part of the launch of 5,084 government services that will be available online, digitized, completed. There are another 3,000 something services that are halfway towards completion. So it just takes determination. It takes focus, and commitment. And that is why I want to persuade the people of Kenya that it may have looked difficult, 6 months ago. How are we going to move from 320 services that were available online that time to 5,084? I haven't done it alone. I have done it with a huge team.
Yeah.
You know, the people in the interior, I must say they have done a wonderful job. The people in ICT, many Kenyans, the people working in ministries, departments, agencies, they have been part of this whole exercise. Been part of this whole exercise. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. reason why I have a whole ministry and department on specifically creative economy is because of the opportunities that are in that space. It is also the reason why we are having this launch of digital superhighway, digitizing government service, and making sure that a facility like the one you have, which is a creative space, you know, basically here tunauza hewa, you know, tuko hiyo kiwanja ya hapo, and that is where the future is. Creatives, artists, people who are in that space of music, people who are in the space of what you guys do. This SBM bus is among the largest digital TVs in Kenya.
Yes.
True? Yeah. So, and that is why technology and the digital space is very important. In fact, you are a living testimony of what the digital space can do. You know, you are a product of that digital space. Is it correct? And it is the reason why maybe I'm following you and bringing government along into the digital space.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency, karibu sana. This is the e-citizen platform. This is the heart of your government. This is where all the places you've gone to, all of them are actually domiciled here. I will now hand you over to Evid to take you through where the government was. You can actually be able to see how it was. Evid, please take His Excellency.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I know it's been a long day, but this is where it was. As you can see, Your Excellency, the court is there, so he is around. Yuko? Agenda popote, Yuko, he's around the office. Yes. The receipts are here. We've seen where the payments have been going, and it seems they've been banking right, but one seems to have disappeared. But niko sure iko kwa kabati hapo hivyo, including all the files that are there. And we for sure, this is what it was. Your Excellency, where we're moving to is, yes, this is the file, the full file cabinet. So, Your Excellency, this is where we are now. Right now, through the e-citizen platform, we've collected close to 106 billion. And with the advent of the new 5,000 services, we'll be able to pretty much go 10 times or 20 times this in less than a couple of months. So we are hoping to get that going.
From when that 106 billion is when? From when?
This is only 300 services. 300 services that have been running on the platform, and these are small services. You're talking NTSA, BRS, the small services, very little payments, 100 shillings. The amount of 35 million transactions that have moved through that. Here we have current services onboarded, and this is what we're unveiling today. We have a log of all the particular services. This is where we are now. On this side, you have your registered users. We register both foreigners and domestic people. Wherever they are, they can access the service. So that shows where they are. So, Your Excellency, we've been here courtesy of the effort that the directive you gave us. I remember when we met earlier on this year, and you said, let's get 5,000 services on board. By June 30th, even we were a bit worried. We were saying, are there 5,000 services? But today, Your Excellency, I'd like to say that yes, they were 5,000. Actually, we think we have more than 10,000 services on the platform that will be on the platform very shortly. So we are happy to say that we've gotten this far. Your Excellency, the team that got us this far, and I would like to acknowledge them, is part of the team that is sitting in front of you here. They were acting like government officers, digital government officers. This is Mr. Larry Ogoro, Mr. Larry Weya. He's the head of technology. This is Derek Ogare. Yes, Derek Ogare is the one who designs all the system. This is James. James, yes. Very good. This is James Kafiru.
Kafiru, how are you?
And this is Kiprono Kalia.
Ali, how are you?
Yes, and Alvin is here. And we have Tom back there. This is one of our R&D team.
Very good.
This team, Your Excellency, represents the youth of Kenya and how much the youth of Kenya can change the country. From 2014, when you started this project, Your Excellency, you were the one who said, I remember during that meeting James held at Treasury, Your Excellency, somebody raised their hand and said, will this system work? What if we get hacked? Your Excellency, you told them we will fix it. And then you said, can we fix it? So, Your Excellency, you have literally held the Kenyan youth at, and you are a believer, 100%. So thank you very much. This gentleman can attest to that. Yes. So, Your Excellency, I would like to take you to the future, where we are now going to. Right now, services are being offered online, 100%. But we see that citizens still have a struggle in terms of how many physical documents they still have to print and how many documents they still have to hold in physical form, where birth certificates are still getting lost and all these specific things. So as part of this journey, we're planning to launch out part of the digital infrastructure as the digital ID ecosystem. And a digital ID is not a physical card with a chip. A digital ID in this particular case is specifically something that is freely accessible on your phone or just by presenting your thumbprint in this particular case. So we are happy to present that we will be shortly, hoping very soon, be able to bring you on board to present a digital ID infrastructure to you, and you will be able to launch it in the near future, hopefully 3 months from now. You should come and launch a full digital identity ecosystem for the country of Kenya, Your Excellency. Yes. So we want to tell you that this is the ecosystem. You scan your face, your fingerprint. We can turn the current IDs the way they are into a digital ecosystem without having to reprint or to do any of those particular things, sir. We will make it efficient and as quickly as possible. So thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, we were collaborating. We've now taken over the e-citizen services. It is now a government entity. Now, this is your government, Your Excellency. These are the officers who have been holding the leash behind them to ensure that your 5,000 services are onboarded. And Your Excellency, I want to guarantee you that that ecosystem is now secure. It is easily manipulable, usable, and user-friendly. And these are the officers. Please recognize them, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Excellency. Finally, Excellency, we are really proud as a ministry, as a State Department, because of the respect, the fact that you gave us an opportunity to deliver 5,000 services. We worked very hard. We started at 391 in January, and this team, in 6 months, they have been able to deliver 5,084 services. Your Excellency, for us, this is really a proud moment for the country, because we have made history as actually one of the top league countries in as far as digitization is concerned. When you look at the summit of governments, Kenya stands out because of what has been done in the last 6 months. Excellency, we are also very happy that these are homegrown solutions. Young talents from right here in Kenya have been able to develop this system. We have had quite a number of governments, quite a number of countries coming to us, how did you do it, how did you do it? And soon, Excellency, God willing, we are going to export this talent to the region and to the world to be able to increase tax collection. Allow me, Excellency, to invite the Minister to invite you to officially launch the 5,000 services. Karibu sana, Excellency.
Excellency, thank you very much. We are very happy you found such an extended period to come and celebrate this milestone. This is your vision, Your Excellency. You gave very clear directives, and I'm happy that the colleagues who have been working on this have delivered, together with the partners, the team that has just spoken to you just now. Mine is just to say one word before I invite you, Your Excellency, which is that for us in the Ministry of Interior, this is, we're just hosting the coordination. The work has been done by everybody in government, And I want to single out the ICT ministry, which are the owners of the technology and the wherewithal to deliver this, CS Owalo and the PS and everybody, ICTA, but also thank also every ministry, every department and every agency of government, because without their cooperation, this milestone would not have been achieved. I therefore want to thank you, and I want to, yes, Your Excellency, at this juncture, allow me to invite you to launch the milestone of the e-citizen services of the government of Kenya that has been realized up to this point. The countdown is being shown. Can somebody direct us on how to do this?
Let me take this opportunity, Waziri and your team at the ICT, at the citizen services and ICT departments for making this a reality. As one young man has said, in 2014, when we came into office at Jubilee administration, we identified one weakness that was there in government, that it was not possible in 2014 to pay for any government service in any other way other than in cash. The only understanding of government in 2014 was payment in cash. I am very happy that today we can actually say no government service should ever be paid for in cash. Because of paying in cash, we've had a big challenge of corruption, of bribery, of confusion, of unavailability of the service, of come tomorrow, the file has got lost, the person who is supposed there is on leave, or he has gone on sick leave, or he has done this. Today, we are announcing to the people of Kenya that government services will be available online. 5,084. It's a very proud moment for me when I hear that all these government services now will go to a dedicated, non-identifiable account, 22222, controlled by the government of Kenya, by the Treasury of the Republic of Kenya. And that with this launch today, 5,084 government services will be available. You can pay for them without traveling to any office, and that we can account for the money that is paid for by the people of Kenya while paying for government services. And even the services that are available for free, people of Kenya can access. I want to thank the banks, Equity, KCB, Cooperative Bank, Safaricom, and all the other telcos for partnering with us. Now it will be possible for government services to be available in all government offices, but also available in over 300,000 spots elsewhere in Kenya, apart from being available on your telephone. And we are making it easier for people to access smartphones. As I have said, we are working with our telcos, and in August, we should be able to have access to a 4G-enabled phone that is affordable for the majority of the people of Kenya. Congratulations to all the people who put this together.
Thank you.
I did the easier part. You guys did the more difficult part, but we did it together. So I want to say I am very happy that this service is being launched today. And I have heard about the future. The future is, and Waziri again, the same way I promised the people of Kenya that we will have 5,000 services online by 30th June, and we have achieved it. In the next 90 days, we must have a digital ID. That digital ID has been traumatic for Kenya. We are all aware that there was another phantom project called Huduma Number. That Huduma Number was a complete fraud because we lost almost 15 billion shillings and got very little out of it. We must demonstrate in the next 90 days that it is possible for us to have a digital ID without spending 15 billion and without defrauding the people of Kenya. And those who did that should be ashamed of themselves. So, good people, we have a country to look after. It is our country. We must look after it. We must do whatever it is, whatever it takes to make sure that Kenya moves forward. We must tap into the talent of these young people. It is the young people of Kenya that have made this a reality. And we must applaud the young people of Kenya for their talent, for their expertise. You know, this e-citizen has been built by Kenyans. Many people across the world, when I tell them we are going to have 100% digitized government services by the end of this year, they wonder. Many people, including from the developed world, never believed that we would do 5,000 government services in 6 months. Visa, a world-renowned company, just told me there they never also believed that this was possible. But it became possible because of the young people of the Republic of Kenya. Congratulations, Evid and your team. Congratulations, the people at the Ministry of ICT. Congratulations, the people at the Citizen Directorate and Citizen State Department. Waziri and your team, pongezi, for providing the leadership and for proving that Kenyans can always do their thing and make our country great. Today, I am a very proud Kenyan that with our talent, with the talent of our young people, with the knowledge of our young people, with the expertise of our young people, with the coordination of our government, today we are launching a phenomenal achievement that we have 5,000 government services online. They will be available everywhere, and that by the end of this year, we will have all government services available online. And that in the next 90 days, we are going to have a digital ID. Burn the midnight oil, do whatever you have to do, and I am sure that it will happen. And shortly, we will be collecting our taxes also using the e-citizen platform. I know there is work going on around there, but again, congratulations to all of you. Two things are outstanding for us to complete this. Digital ID, digital signature, finished. Then, asanteni sana, congratulations.
At the press of this button, Your Excellency, we have the electronic citizen solution. Ladies and gentlemen, Gava Mkononi is officially launched. Mr. President, you're welcome to now chair the cabinet briefly as we now also launch the digital signature. If the rest of us can kindly proceed also towards to take our seats. We'll have His Excellency chair the cabinet as we have the launch of the digital signature taking place.
Your Excellency, as Kenya continues to onboard e-government services and to pave a path towards digital transformation, a digital signature becomes very critical to close the loop. Allow us, with your permission, today to assign you a digital signature that will enable you to close transactions in a go, regardless of where you may be located.
As you can all see, we have a very digital cabinet right here, doing away with a lot of paper trail, but going digital. We now have His Excellency's signature, electronic signature, done.
This is how it looks.
And we have the CSs there just witnessing.
This is the digital signature now. Yes.
And there we have the digital signature now ready for use.
Yes.
These are the details. And come here. It is an encrypted key. The subject belongs to His Excellency Ruto. Issue is the government of Kenya. And of course, this is the encryption serial number. So this signature basically globally, you can actually send this document to any other party and they'll accept this as a digitally signed document. You can
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We now welcome you to Gava Express. Tunaweza mkaribisha His Excellency na makofi tafadhali anapojiunga na sisi.
Let us all rise. We may take our seats, please.
Your Excellency, sir, welcome to the eCitizen Express shop. We are trying as much as possible to have the government in our hands and very close to us, so that government services are as close to us as possible, so that anybody who is in the remote areas, if they say they cannot access government services, they will be accessing the government express shops that will be across the country. We are working together with Safaricom to ensure we set all these government express shops across the country, so that everybody can now access government services as quick as they can. So this is Government Express, Gava Mkononi. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Your Excellency. This is where we say tulipe ushuru tujitegemee. I've just heard you talk about where the ultimate goal is, Your Excellency, and that is to collect taxes using the same platform. Your Excellency, very briefly, just to say that even as our core mandate is collection of revenue, mobilizing revenue, what we're trying to do is that to ensure that that is also seamless, we bring services closer to the people. And we have partnered very well with the eCitizen team, and to ensure that at least at the click of a button in the comfort of your home and wherever, Your Excellency, then you're able to access our services. Very quickly, see, starting from the iTax platform, that one you can register for your PIN, you can check whether a PIN is actually valid, because we have had instances where people are going for services but they're giving other people's PIN or giving a wrong PIN. So that one you can quickly confirm that and you can file a return. On eTIMS, Your Excellency, this is where we have the VAT platform, making it efficient, affordable, cost-effective, and as you're transacting, all your invoices are related to KRA, real-time or near real-time, Your Excellency. ICMS, this one again with the customs, the agents clearing of goods, both inbound, outbound. Again, from a single window, can be accessed again through eCitizen. Here, Your Excellency, the EGMS. EGMS, where we have the track and trace for the excisable goods. And once you're registered as a licensed excise manufacturer, you have all the credentials of accessing that. You can apply for the stamps, which we use for track and trace. You can actually tell whether the product you're consuming is legit. All that, again, Your Excellency, at the click of a button. Last but not least, Your Excellency, you have again consistently talked about malpractices, tax offenses. What can we do then to curb corruption, fraud? How can we get to know this information and then nip it in the bud, Your Excellency? We have this platform, iWhistle. iWhistle, anybody can access this anonymously to relay information to us on tax offenses and malpractice. Your identity remains anonymous, and we have a token to encourage taxpayers and other people, because what we do is once we have recovered the tax, you are entitled to a 5% of the tax recovered, capped at 5 million for now, Your Excellency. So all this is just to encourage the taxpayers to say that even as we are mobilizing the revenue, we are also bringing services closer to our people, Your Excellency. Thank you very much.
Madam CG. Congratulations, Madam CG. What I want you to do is to work with the ICT people, these citizen services people, and the e-citizen platform on our tax collection. I know there's been some discussion already.
Yes.
I want that fast-tracked so that in 120 days, Bwana Piers, 120 days, I want to know why we should not have completed the transition of collecting government taxes, why it will not have all be now available on the digital platform on e-citizen. On e-citizen.
Understood, Your Excellency. We will take up that challenge.
I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I do. Fully, Your Excellency. We've had the conversation. I fully understand what you're saying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
To NTSA, Your Excellency, before we witness a wedding, which we shall tell you about briefly, but this is indeed a real couple. But first, we have NTSA.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, welcome to NTSA, the National Transport Safety Authority, which is an authority under the State Department of Transport and under the Ministry of Roads and Transport. All our core services, 46 of them, have been digitized. And I'm joined here today with the Director General, George Njau, who will take us through the vehicle tracking system of all the commercial vehicles in the country, and also the smart driving license system as demos to some of the core services we've done. Your Excellency, this is the face of the Hustler Authority in the Ministry of Roads and Transport, because it interacts with Kenyans and all cadres almost on a daily basis. Director General George Njau.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. We need to give dignity back to our people. Our people stand on stages. They don't know when the next transport is coming. They don't have visibility. They don't know who the driver is. They don't know the type of vehicle that is coming. We need to return the dignity back to them. This is the reason why on Monday you gave certain directives to start off. The directives included make sure that all the operators are visibly available across the country. What we're trying to demonstrate here is our first phase. We're using the speed limiter data set, where it's supposed to limit the speed, record, and transmit. We want to take it one step further. You challenged Governor Sakaja to give us the routes. We need to know where vehicles are operating and how they're operating. From the comfort, when I was listening to you coming in, and I picked up 5 different items. The police stated that they need to know the identity of the vehicle. Now they have to do it manually. Now we can give it to them digitally. They are able to do that. I picked up as well the issue of Wi-Fi. If you look at all this congregation of people, each matatu sits between 14 to 25 people. So beyond the market, our bus stops, that is where our youth are. So as you're trying to roll out the digital hotspots, please consider our bus stops. This is where our people are, our real hustlers. I had people saying they are the hustlers there. We are the hustlers. We are the users of the data. Your Excellency, we go even further than that. We want to show you, for example, the scheduled services. You have directed us to have a BRT system. We cannot have a BRT system in the manual methodology that we have, where you stand at a stage and wait for vehicles. We have a congregation of now housing that is coming up, of 5,000 to 10,000 houses. If you multiply at a housing factor of 5, that's 25,000 people. We need to be able to have them leave their houses, enter into a scheduled bus service. I'm sure you remember the 23 route that started in Outer Ring all the way. We need to go back to that, Your Excellency. So this is the spirit we have here. And one of the areas that you directed on Monday is to work with the county transport safety committees and the Council of Governors to issue us with the routes so we can be able to now define and be able to establish where they're operating up to the segmentation of it. Lastly, Your Excellency, as we come to an end, I want to show you the benefit of why we're here today. You're proud for 5,084. I'm proud for a different reason. We used to have to identify Kenyans. Now I don't have to anymore. National Registration Bureau will do it and give me the ID number. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know your date of birth. The CRS system will be able to give me the date of birth. KRA, I don't need to ask you to give me my PIN number. KRA will give me my PIN number directly. So what you have done, sir, is to the common mwananchi, you have made it so simple that at the click of putting an ID number, you will pre-populate 50% of the data that used to have to come in manually into a file that is kept, obviously, as you stated somewhere, that needed to be retrieved at a later spot. So, Your Excellency, we are proud and we shall be able to deliver more services to Kenyans. Thank you.
Thank you,
Your Excellency, sir, this is a wedding, which is a culmination of a digital process initiated through a revamped e-citizen platform, and one does not need to do anything physically, only the solemnization. So at this point, I'm going to ask the registrar to just come and take them through the process. But for those watching, and Your Excellency, this is a process that is now fully digitized, and nobody needs to visit any office for any work except the solemnization. So this is the culmination. And just for your information, Your Excellency, this couple is a real couple that are going to get married, and after they leave, we shall release them to enjoy their honeymoon. Wapi makofi ya bwana na bi harusi? Registrar, you may proceed.
Harusi tunayo hatuna? Siwasikii. Harusi tunayo hatuna? Wedding we have not. Kama unataka kupinga, this is your chance, my friend.
I hope we are ready. Good afternoon, all protocols observed. My name is Lois, an assistant registrar from the Office of the Attorney General. Before us is our groom, Nicholas, and bride, Judith. Our witnesses will be Benson and Cecilia. So before we proceed, we'll ask the groom to unveil the bride, just to be sure that she's the right bride. Nicholas, is she the one? Just to make it clear that this is a real couple who have gone through the e-citizen portal. They made their application about 2 months ago, and they went through the 21 days, and now they're here, we are solemnizing their marriage. So, before we proceed, is there anybody who wants to object this marriage? So if there is none, then you'll be silent for life. So Nicholas and Judith, is it true that you're here today for the purpose of becoming husband and wife?
Yes.
Do I understand that you, Nicholas, and Judith are here for the purpose of becoming husband and wife?
Yes.
Judith?
Yes.
Know ye that by the public taking of your vows to each other as man and wife, in my presence and in the presence of your witnesses, and by the signing of this marriage certificate, you become legally married to each other. This marriage cannot be dissolved in your lifetime unless by a valid judgment of divorce. And if either of you contracts any other marriage, while this remains in existence, you shall be guilty of an offense of bigamy, which is punishable by law. That means one husband, one wife. Is that clear, Nicholas?
Yes.
Okay, so the witnesses kindly hand us over the rings. Nicholas, you take her ring and hold her left hand. Say, I call upon.
I call upon
All persons.
all persons
Here present.
here present
To witness.
to witness
That I, Nicholas.
that I, Nicholas,
Do take you, Judith.
do take you, Judith,
To be my lawful.
to be my lawful
Wedded wife.
wedded wife.
Put the ring. You can clap for them. Thank you very much. Judith, you can take his ring. Hold his left hand. Say, I call upon.
I call upon
All persons.
all persons
Here present.
here present
To witness.
to witness
That I, Judith.
that I, Judith,
Do take you, Nicholas.
do take you, Nicholas,
To be my lawful.
to be my lawful
Wedded husband.
wedded husband.
Put the ring. And by public taking of these vows and the powers given to me under the Marriage Act, I now pronounce you, Nicholas, and Judith as husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Congratulations.
So we will proceed to the signing table before he changes his mind. To you, the newest couple in town, Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas. Congratulations. These are legal documents that you will keep for your future. God bless you. So before we proceed, maybe we can also invite Your Excellency to come and congratulate the couple.
That was a clever way to get His Excellency to attend their wedding. Tuwapige makofi. Kweli pale inaitwa kuangukia.
Congratulations, Nicholas and Judy, on your wedding. I am very pleased to attend your wedding. These two good Kenyans, I instructed the ministry to just pick at random Kenyans who are going to wed today. And these two good people, walikuwa na mpango yao, poleni sana tumedisrupt, tumelete mambo yetu. So congratulations, they booked their wedding online, they did everything on eCitizen. Today they were going to see the registrar. I requested the registrar whether we can have a conversation with these good people. They can be part of this event. Thank you very much for agreeing. And because of that, I am going to sponsor 4 nights for the two of you in Leopard Beach Resort in Diani. And Waziri here will organize your tickets, and will also organize a good limousine to take you to the hotel and to pick you from the hotel. And my very, very best wishes in your marriage. Pongezi, pongezi sana. So umesikia ile maneno madam amesema? Utakaa hapo. So otherwise, congratulations to all of you, and thank you, Registrar, for making this possible, and the AG as well. Please congratulate.
And after the gifts, we're going to request that Your Excellency, with your permission, we just have a formal picture with the couple. They are a very lucky couple. So once we are done with the gifting, I request that we have the CSs pose for a photo, then we'll ask the CSs to exit, and we allow His Excellency to have one commemorative photo with the couple of the day. So if I may ask some of the CSs kindly to come on this side so that we balance the picture, have the couple in the middle.
We have a cake here that we need to cut. Na hii keki tutaimbia vile tunaimbanga kwa harusi zetu. Kata keki tukule sasa. Siwasikii. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki. Kata keki. kata keki tukule sasa. As they prepare to cut the cake, kindly wale ambao walikuwa wamewaletea gift pia, ushers are going to guide us so that we can receive zile zawadi mlikuwa mmewaletea. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa. Wapigeni makofi tafadhali, ladies and gentlemen. This is the newest couple in town. Congratulations, sir. You've done well.
So with that, we've come to the culmination of this exercise. And at this point, I would like to ask the CS Interior to come and invite His Excellency. Should he have any comments or something he would like to say, we will welcome him to do that.
Asante sana. Wanapomalizia anampatia, mpigieni makofi tafadhali, anapomlisha bibi yake keki for the first time. Wale bado hamjaoa, I hope you're taking notes. Directorate of E-Citizen, led by our CS. Asanteni sana. Basi naomba tuwape heshima yao, tusimame wanapoondoka kuelekea diani. Let's be upstanding as we appreciate the newest couple wanapoondoka jukwani. Mdosi, sasa sisi tutakuona tu diani sasa. Asante sana. Thank you so much, sir. Tumpigeni makofi anapoondoka tafadhali. Kamugivi tafadhali. Thank you so much. Bwana na bibi harusi.
At this point, I would like to invite the CS Interior to just come and make a few remarks and invite His Excellency as we come to the end of our session today. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, senior government officials, cabinet secretaries, attorney general, principal secretaries, heads of parastatals, all partners, all protocols observed. Your Excellency, we are very sorry. We've taken nearly 4.5, going to 5 hours this day. But the reason why, Your Excellency, this one event has taken so much time is because today you are coming to celebrate the achievement of your administration, the entire administration, because you directed us to make sure that at least 5,000 government services are digitized by today. And therefore, I just want to explain that the reason why we've taken so much time is because today's highlight is a celebration of what your officers have done in ministries, departments, and agencies. And therefore, it is like an event that brings together the entire government. I want to thank you for carrying the vision of our country, that we must move with the trends of the 21st century, and the trends of the 21st century are in technology. And therefore, Your Excellency, for us in the Ministry of Interior, especially the State Department responsible for citizen services, we want to thank all our colleagues in different ministries, State Departments and agencies for their cooperation, even as we plead for more cooperation in the outstanding work that is ahead. Your Excellency, let me also single out the Ministry for ICT. The Minister is here, the PS, and ICTA, who have provided us with the technology to deliver the coordination of the onboarding of the government services as you are directed. Therefore, without much ado, you are aware. You've been into various ministries. You've seen what technology is doing to provide services to our people. And therefore, I don't want to preempt you. I just want to take this opportunity, sir, to invite you to crown our today's event by making your remarks. And Your Excellency, sir, we are grateful. Your directive has enabled us to realize that there are many things that we see as if they are not possible. But when we apply our minds to it, they become very possible. It is now my pleasure and privilege to request that we all be upstanding as we invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, to come and address us. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Waziri. Asante sana. Tafadhali tuketi. Asanteni sana. Today is a very, very proud moment for me and this administration, because 6 months ago, I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we will have 5,000 government services digitized and available online to the people of Kenya by 30th June this year. I am very happy that today 5,084 services have been digitized, completed, and are now available, and another 3,500 are digitized halfway. And my instructions going forward from here to both the Directorate of Citizen Service and the ICT departments is to ensure that all government services must be digitized by December this year. I mean all government services. It is now, from today, the responsibility of every ministry, state department, parastatal, government agency, to ensure that all their government services are digitized and made available to the citizens of Kenya on e-Citizen. Let me repeat that for the avoidance of doubt. All ministries, state departments, government agencies, parastatals, it is the responsibility of the minister, the PS, the managing directors and boards to make sure that all services offered to the people of Kenya by their departments and agencies are available to the people of Kenya on the digital platform by December this year. I am aware that there are government agencies that are resisting this digitization exercise for obvious reasons. There are government agencies who want to continue to operate in a dark place. They do not want, and I know, I have been told by the officers who are running this service that many have been asking whether government is really serious with this or they can take a detour. Let me announce for the avoidance of doubt. All government services must be available by December this year on the digital platform, on e-Citizen, without exception. And I am putting the responsibility on every minister, every PS, every board, member of board, chairman, managing directors, and every public officer. Because for a very long time, government services, accessing government services has been a very painful exercise for citizens. People queue for many hours. People travel long distances. People bribe their way to get what is legitimately their right as citizens. For us to get rid of that, it is part of our plan to make sure that citizens don't have to travel, they don't have to meet anybody, they don't have to bribe nobody. They should be able to get government services efficiently, effectively, in an accountable manner from either the comfort of their phone or whatever other facility that they have to access government digitally. And when I set out that we would have this, we would go this journey, it is because when we came into office in 2014, I remember working with the people in Treasury, not a single government service, you could not as a citizen pay for a single government service any other way other than in cash. That was government in 2014. That the only way to pay for a government service is to pay for it in cash. Imagine, it was not even possible to pay using M-Pesa. We have since moved, I think, 180 degrees. I can now comfortably say here that in the next 30 days, mark my words, people, these deadlines are important. In the next 30 days, no government service should be paid in cash. Let me repeat it again. For the avoidance of doubt, no government service will be paid for in cash in the next 30 days. And I want to say this because corruption has been our biggest problem, pilferage, theft. Citizens are forced to pay for a service or bribe for a service that ordinarily is theirs as of right. There will be only one channel to pay for government service. We have agreed, all state departments, KRA and everybody, the government pay bill is 22222. 22222. Is it star 22222 hash? That is how you pay for government service. Let me repeat it again. 22222 is how you pay for government service. All the other pay bills, in the next 30 days, they should be shut. We have almost 1,000 different pay bills, different agencies, different people. Everybody seems to have their own pay bill. And all those pay bills are not accountable to anybody. Sometimes there are pay bills that are assumed to be government, but they end up in the wrong place. Again, for the avoidance of doubt, ministries, departments, agencies, in the next 30 days, all other pay bills must be closed. And no government service will be paid for outside 22222 that goes straight to Treasury. That way, Treasury can keep track of all government revenue. And it will be worked in such a way that any resources that are meant for A&A by ministries, state departments, and agencies will be made available instantly by the same platform, so that there will be no confusion as to if the money is collected by Treasury, how do we get our A&A? The system will automatically remit the A&A when the money goes to 22222 and it will come back to you so that you can be able to provide whatever services you're providing. Our present institutional dispensation, mandated by the Constitution, is the expression of our collective hopes and inspiration, as well as the lesson learned as a country from the wilderness that the path of history took us. For far too long, the delivery of public services to citizens has been hampered by inefficiency, delay, corruption, wastage, discrimination, outright exclusion, especially of the members of our society who are not as endowed and the people who are vulnerable. Colossal backlogs of cases not attended to, missing files, which resurface upon the offer of a small bribe, favoring some groups and disenfranchising others on the basis of nepotism and tribalism, having been the order of the day. For citizens, inordinate delays and lack of information on the progress of their matters was a normal part of the ordeal of obtaining government services. For a long time, therefore, seeking government services was a very painful experience that Kenyans only endured if they could not avoid it. And the relationship between citizens and the state was characterized by extremely very low trust. This history of engagement and estrangement between government and citizens created the conditions for widespread disaffection and loss of trust in government. The bottom-up economic transformation agenda recognizes transparency, accountability, and efficient use of resources as an imperative to ensure that scarce public resources deliver maximum value for highest number of citizens. The government considers good governance to be indispensable for national socio-economic transformation. At the same time, we are fully alive to the magnitude of the corruption challenge, the extent of which it has undermined our prospects and opportunities to achieve greater development, and its potential to overwhelm national institutions, including oversight as well as law enforcement and accountability mechanisms. This particular reality has caused us to consider radical innovation to overcome the transactional inefficiency barrier to public service delivery. In our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we pledged to undertake 2 key interventions intended to attack this problem simultaneously. First, we committed to provide universal broadband connectivity throughout the country by constructing 100,000 kilometers of new fiber optic lines, establish 25,000 free Wi-Fi hotspots in markets and in every other part of the Republic of Kenya. I am happy this morning, the display that was shown to us, we have the first 200,000 hotspots. The 201 hotspot was launched this morning here. By the end of this year, we will have 2,000 hotspots across Kenya, and by December 2025, all the 25,000 hotspots will have been rolled out, including 1,450 digital hubs, 1 in each ward of the Republic of Kenya, and also ensuring that our vocational training centers run by county governments are brought into this ecosystem, and all our TVET institutions are also made part of this program of making sure that there is internet connectivity and availability across Kenya that is free and paid for by the government of Kenya. Secondly, we made a commitment to enhance government service delivery through digitization and automation of all government critical processes, and to also make at least 5,000 government services available by 30th this month, which I am very happy we have made that deadline. These undertakings are critical for the realization of our most fundamental mandates as government. On Madaraka Day, I emphasized our duty to deploy the best innovations and technologies to make Kenya efficient, competitive, and prosperous. Today, I reiterate that technology holds the key to improving efficiency, enhancing inclusion, promoting transparency and integrity, deepening trust, and enhancing public confidence in government service provision. We have taken measures to empower Kenyans everywhere, especially the majority at the bottom of our pyramid, to access government services at their convenience, especially through their mobile phones. As I promised on Madaraka Day, we are launching the e-citizen platform's unstructured supplementary service data, USSD code *2222#, by which citizens can now access 5,084 government services online. Wacha nirudie. So that you can access government services, you need to go to your phone, *2222#. Hapo utakuwa umeingia kwa e-citizen, and you will have a catalog of all 5,000 government services available to you. Hiyo ni kuingia kwa mtandao. Kulipa ni ile niliwaambia 222 ndio mahali pa kulipa for government services. And as I have said, by the end of this year, we want all government services, 10,000 of them, on a digital platform. Today, as the world marks World Social Media Day, we are underlining the importance of our digital transformation agenda. Towards that end, we encourage all our government departments to ensure, as I have said, all their government services are moved online in the next 90 days, so that by the end of this year, we are clear and we are all moving in the right direction. This new era of e-governance makes life and work significantly easier for millions of Kenyans for a number of reasons. First, government services are no longer the privilege of the wealthy, powerful, or the well-connected, or those who can afford to travel to county headquarters or even the capital city. Kenyans can now obtain government services from the comfort of their homes or from their shambas or kiosks on the road and everywhere else from the comfort of their phones. This is the power and promise of Gava Mkononi. You have your government in the palm of your hand. Secondly, and while I am there, we also agreed with Safaricom and our other telcos that next month, that is August, as I committed to the people of Kenya, smartphones are way beyond 9,000, 10,000, 15,000 going in that direction. We want to make it possible to have a smartphone that is 4G enabled for Kenyans at 5,000 shillings. I am very happy to report that those who are involved in that exercise have promised me that by August this year, we will have a gadget, a smartphone, that you can buy for 5,000 shillings. And I want to thank Safaricom. They have told us that we can buy that phone and pay on a program called Kulipa Mdogo Mdogo. You can pay 500 shillings, they give you the phone, and every day you pay 20 bob in your M-Pesa, and you will own the phone further down the road. I hope other telcos come on board so that we can make it possible for Kenyans to have the gadgets that will enable them transact with government and do all their other businesses online, so that we can make meaning of all the infrastructure we are putting in place for digital connectivity. Secondly, previously unserved or underserved regions and communities are no longer excluded from the government service provision. Thirdly, Kenyans are interacting directly with the digital platform without the need for brokers, intermediaries, and others. Additionally, people can track the progress of their interactions with government in real time, thus eliminating uncertainty, corruption, and frustration. Further, citizens need only pay the gazetted fees for government services and not a shilling more. These fees are accurately accounted for in real time through ICT and remain visible at all times to the National Treasury and the Kenya Revenue Authority for efficient revenue administration. We are well on the way to a paperless governance, where there will be no physical registries and files to be mislaid by mischievous persons in search of a bribe or movement of people from office to office. I encourage Kenyans to take advantage of ICT digital skills training opportunities provided by the ICT Authority in conjunction with private sector collaborators and development partners in order to enhance their capacity to consume digital government services. I'm glad to know that the ICT Authority has embarked on digital skills program for citizens and public sector workforce targeting 20 million people. Through the private sector partnership, Gava Express will be available in more than 250,000 M-Pesa shops, 28,000 KCB shops, 40,000 equity shops, and 22,000 cooperative bank shops to serve those without smartphones. What I'm trying to say here is that we are going to work in partnership with the private sector so that government services are available, not just in government offices, but also in private sector offices. And I want to thank KCB, Equity Bank, Cooperative Bank, and Safaricom for offering their infrastructure to support government in the delivery of government services. So you can get government services on your phone. If not on your phone, if you don't have a smartphone, you can go to the 250,000 Safaricom shops, or 28,000 KCB shops, or 40,000 equity shops, or 22,000 cooperative shops, and access government services, or the Gava Express kiosks that are going to be rolled out with the support of Safaricom and others, so that we can make government efficient, we can make government available, and we can make government accessible. By the same token, I urge ICT Authority to accelerate the actualization of our digital economy agenda. And I'm very happy that, again, we have good news that aside from digitizing government services and everything we are doing, we are also going to make it possible for two things to happen, which are critical towards moving government to the digital platform. Number one is the digital signature. Now it will be possible. I am privileged to be among the first Kenyans to access a digital signature. I was trained yesterday. Sijashika sana lakini niko barabarani. Leo nimefanya testing ya pili, kesho nitakuwa nimeshika laini. So it should be possible for us now to transact on a digital platform, and even as you work to make sure that you access government services, we also want you to sign for those government services on a digital platform and have a digital signature. It will be explained to you how that is going to happen. And secondly, is to have a digital identity. You all know, we have an experience as the people of Kenya that for a very long time we've been looking for a digital identity on a platform called Huduma Number, which became a mirage and became a conduit for many things. Let me say here that I am telling the Ministry of responsible for citizen services, Mr. Professor Kindiki, and my good friend Eliud Owalo, you have 90 days to deliver to us a digital identity. I know it's doable. Sasa muende mujipange. Yeah, it is doable because I think I understand how that is possible. And we will not spend the 15 billion that was spent on Huduma number. And it's not going to take centuries. We are very confident that we have the competence to do this. Let me also announce to the people of Kenya that this great feat, this huge achievement that we are very proud of, not many countries can achieve what we have achieved. In fact, whenever I talk to other leaders, they wonder how Kenya can achieve to digitize this number of government services. This was possible because we have creative, innovative, hard-working young people in the Republic of Kenya. This whole e-citizen platform was built by Kenyan young people. Tuwapigie makofi jameni. I know there is a young man here called Evid and your team. Are you here? Are they here? They are wako huko nyuma mbali wana nafikiri some of them are here. These young people, kujeni hapa mbele. Simameni hapa. Tuwapigie makofi yao wadosi jameni. These good people are the brains. They are Kenyans. Just the same way we developed M-Pesa, which today is globally acclaimed. Again, today we can announce that we have developed e-citizen, a government product developed by the young people of the Republic of Kenya. Congratulations, gentlemen. I am so proud of you guys. Asanteni sana. You can take your seats. So these young people have made this possible, and it speaks to Kenyan talent, Kenyan creativity, Kenyan knowledge, and that is what our country is made of. Let me also say that as we pull this together, all other avenues, we must work on it to make sure, and I hope the people from Treasury will now be able, and the people from Kerry will now be able to have sight of all government revenue, and we can better manage our revenue collection. Because I am very confident that we can collect a lot more if we removed pilferage, wastage, and the money that get lost because of corruption and other manners. I am a very proud Kenyan today that we have managed to roll out a 30 billion shilling program that has reached almost 17 million Kenyans under the Hustler Fund without any bureaucracy. There is no committee, there is no person to be met or bribed or what. We've done the same with fertilizer. We rolled out e-fertilizer and reached many Kenyans. We are going to do the same with all our medical fraternity. We have agreed with KEMSA. I have agreed with Madam Nakumicha how to digitize KEMSA and make sure that we avoid corruption and we eliminate loss of health commodities. We have agreed on how we are going to deliver health better. We're going to manage our claims in NHIF and make sure that there is no corruption, we don't lose public money. We're going to ensure that even our program on housing is going to be rolled on an e-platform. Many citizens are asking me, how will I get the house? Who do I have to speak to? How will I, the committee, where is the committee sitting? I want to tell them the same way you access Hustler Fund. You don't have to know nobody, but you get the money. That's how we are going to roll out our housing plan, to make sure that there is no favoritism. You don't have to know nobody. You just need to abide by the rules and regulations, and you will have access to your platform. Let me say one final thing. As we pool our resources together, as we work together in the way in which we are working and digitize all government services, we must be prudent in the use of public resources. At the moment, we need to strike a balance between the money we use for recurrent expenditure and the money we use for development expenditure. It is a balance that we must keep at it. And we cannot continue to increase the monies that we use for recurrent expenditure. We need to manage our costs. I know there is a proposal by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission for the increase of salaries of different cadres of both civil servants and other public servants. They have made a recommendation to us that they want to increase salaries of civil servants by an average of between 7 and 10%, and that is from office assistants all the way to people who serve below the PSS. And because of the economic times we live in, we have approved that salaries of other civil servants can be adjusted beginning tomorrow. So our teachers, our policemen, our people serving in the military space, people working in government offices, we have agreed that because of where we are today, your salaries will be adjusted by between 7 and 10% from tomorrow. But for the other people, the state officers, myself, my deputy, ministers, PSS, na wale wadosi wengine wa bunge, na wale wengine, sisi mambo yetu tungoje. Tafadhali. Hiyo mshahara itakwama hapo. Mimi nimeona watu wanasema mshahara ya kuna watu fulani, hapana. Hiyo mshahara ingoje hapo. Until I have instructed the SRC to give us international best practice, because we need to reduce the gap between all of us who work for the people of Kenya. We need to make sure that the gap between the person paid the least and the person paid the most is not too big, because we are all workers. It is not possible that the people at the top earn 100 times more than the people at the bottom. It's not right. Because we live in the same country, we buy the same food, we go to the same shop, we go to, I have told SRC there is an internationally accepted, it's called compression formula. Until they come back to me to tell me we meet that threshold, hii salaries yetu itangojea. Until we are all living the same. I have also instructed SRC that there are parastatals, there are universities where the vice chancellors and the MDs earn more than even the president. I want to know what those people, what they do. No, I mean honestly. It is not possible that we have huko watu wanajiongezea mshahara kiholela. And because I've tried to interrogate some of the places where I am told somebody is earning 2 million. And I've tried to, how did they end up earning 2 million? Oh, the vice chancellor was a friend of the chairman of the council. Or they were sijui, I don't know what. Hapana. Public money is public money. And SRC must assess. Everybody must be paid in accordance with the work they do. No more, no less. Sini namna hiyo jameni? Yes. Because this is public money we are spending. So I have told SRC to do 2 things. Number 1, to tell us the ratio between the lowest paid and the salary I earn as president. Before my salary is, before they talk about increasing salary ya sisi wadosi hapa, we want to know how much money are the people below us and working for the same people of Kenya are earning. That's number 1. Number 2, we must rationalize. There is no way people can be increasing salaries ostensibly because at their sijui parastatal has a lot of money. So that a lot of money is used kuongeza mishahara ya watu kiholela. That one is not happening. Because those parastatals are government agencies. And the money they have is public resources. They must be subject to SRC, and we must make sure that we all pay the same. So nimemwambia Rigiji, my friend, na mimi hiyo mshahara watu wanasema hakuna for now. Na hata nyinyi waziri tulizeni boli until some exercise, because we want to make sure that we do not take advantage of the other Kenyans who do not have the power we have. It has to be rational, it has to be well thought out, and I have told SRC to do exactly that. So I am very confident, good people, that this country, the world and the home of world-beating innovators, can develop and maintain robust and world-class cybersecurity systems to keep government and the private sector and citizens secure online on a sustainable basis. I want to thank everybody who has made the digitization of government a success the way it is, and that we are going to work collaboratively together until we make sure that every citizen has access to government services without hindrance, in an efficient, effective way, and government is held to account, and we can account for all the resources we collect from the people of Kenya. I want to thank you very much, my very best wishes, and God bless you.
Thank you. Kindly, let's have the national anthem, and kindly, if you have a laptop, iPad that we gave you, kindly we request msitufanyie ile kitu, they remain behind. Kindly, let us have the national anthem. Thank you so much. We now allow His Excellency to leave the venue. Asanteni sana.